A whole lot of money. Next.
It is the M&M Meat Shop's $100,000 skins game. And in 2003, as it comes to a close, Toronto is the host at Toronto St. George's Golf and Country Club, a terrific curling facility as St. George's celebrates their 75th anniversary in 2004. And these fans have certainly enjoyed the curling this weekend. Hi, everybody. Happy holidays. Along with Marilyn Bodo and Ed Lukowicz, I'm Rob Faulds. We've seen some terrific curling. 8 teams were invited to Toronto for a shot at the $100,000 in prize money. And when we left you last night, there was still one semifinalist to be decided in the playoff round. Glenn Howard had moved into the semifinal against Tom Brewster, and the team from Scotland has moved into the championship. Kevin Martin defeating Glenn Despin. Earlier today, though, a very big matchup, the defending skins champion Randy Ferbey against Jeff Stoughton. And I don't think you could ask for anything better than a matchup like this. They're both very good players. They can make the big shots, and it was I think a festival of carryovers, and in the 7th end, a big shot needed.
It was a net win for the Ferbey team, trying it tremendously hard. Triple raise here. He had to try and save the end.
Dave Nedeman, a great shot maker. These are high-risk shots, but these guys can make them. At the halfway, we're thinking it's curled too much, and as it makes contact, Ed.
Turned out great, but he doesn't quite save the shooter. It's a carryover, and it all goes to the 8th and final end with 4 carryovers in place.
$6,550 and a berth in the semifinal on this rock.
Well, Jeff Stoughton looks smooth when he lets this out-turn hit. All he has to do is stay, and
Nedwin can't quite sweep it far enough. It is the final skin, and Stoughton moves into the semifinal.
6,900 of the 8,000 available in the quarterfinals, so the bracket's complete to the semifinals. Stoughton moves on and leads to our featured matchup this afternoon, Alberta's Kevin Martin against Jeff Stoughton of Manitoba. Well, as we get ready for this semifinal, we've got 2 teams that play for big money and top ranked in the world, Ed.
Yeah, and it's really Jeff Stoughton that has led the way this year. He's had a fantastic year so far. He's won 3 times on the tour. He's been in 5 finals. He's in 2nd place, only behind Wayne Madon money winnings. Kevin Martin won 7 times last year, but it's been a slow year this year. Only 44,000. He hasn't been in his first final. In the world rankings, Kevin Martin #1 over the last 2 years. Jeff Stoughton not far behind in 3rd place.
So 2 very good teams. Marilyn, what are the keys to victory here?
well, Kevin Martin, we know he's been pretty busy opening up that curling store back home in Edmonton. And I think this weekend, though, skins has been on his mind. His team has been playing really well in front of him. Jeff Stoughton is in his way. This man got up early this morning to play his game, and he was right on. I think Jeff's going to have a great game today, this afternoon. His team is playing really well. Could it be a skins game in his eyes? We'll have to wait and see.
All right, then. Let's go with predictions. Ed, we're going to start with you.
Well, I think what we're going to see is Kevin Martin always trying to set up that big, high, hard shot to get rid of 3 or 4 stones. But Stoughton is really the best in the world in guarding against that type of shot. So it's a real battle of wits.
So Lukowicz leads to Manitoba. Marilyn?
Well, you know something? I'm going to go out here and make a prediction. I'm going with the Curling Academy and Kevin Martin.
All right, there we have a split. Oh, and already the violence has begun here. The skins. Oh, the humanity from Toronto. It is the semifinals. Stoughton and Martin, they're set to go. Buckle up. Get your helmets in the M&M Meat Shop's $100,000 skins game.
Bent and Ben Horn, weeknights at 6:30 on Sportsnet News.
At M&M Meat Shops, we wanted our name to reflect more of what we offer.
Hello, M&M Meat, and hundreds of mouth-watering complete meals you can prepare quickly and easily to please the whole family shops. Can I help you?
But then again, why not just show you? All your party foods and complete holiday meals, like stuffed turkey breast with farm vegetable blend. And decadent desserts, like chocolate caramel pecan cheesecake. M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
experience. Canbar meets your everyday needs. Coast to coast, overnight air service, USA southbound, and specialty services. Scheduled everyday pickups with a personal touch. For your small or big business, when you think of package delivery, think Canbar, the package people.
You need your savings to grow, but what can you rely on? The markets? Up and down. Other banks? They've never paid enough interest, so what do? Over 500,000 Canadians rely on their own common sense. The ING Direct Investment Savings Account pays higher interest, always will, so your savings only grow, no matter what happens out there. Call 1-800-ING Direct and save your money.
What you wanted this Christmas, what you got. Wanted, got. Wanted, got.
Didn't get what you wanted this Christmas? Then get to Future Shop's Boxing Week sale. Practically everything is on sale. All TVs, home theater, audio, and video on sale. All digital cameras and camcorders on sale. All computers, notebooks, and LCD monitors on sale. And get 10% off, plus 12 months, no payments, no interest on all major appliances. Shop in-store or online for these great deals. Future Shop. Come see what your future has in store.
You're watching Rogers Sportsnet and the M&M Meat Shop Skids. Brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. Canpar, the perfect delivery. ING Direct, save your money. JVC, the perfect experience. Planters, the original snack. And by Tim Hortons, wishing you a safe and happy holiday season.
Toronto St. George's Golf and Country Club, celebrating its 75th anniversary in 2004. What a great way to kick off celebrations with the M&M Meat Shop's $100,000 skins game. The fans have been having a lot of fun. The curlers have been great with all the spectators. As we take a look at the two combatants in the West semifinal, Kevin Martin's team, Don Walchuk, third, Carter Rycroft, the second, and Don Bartlett, an experienced lead. Facing Jeff Stoughton's team from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Stoughton followed up by Jonathan Meade, Gary Vandenberg the second, and Steve Gould is the lead. In the skins game, this is how you win a skin. You score 2 or more points with the hammer, or steal 1 or more. The carryovers happen on blanks and any single with the hammer, and the hammer will change on the carryover. Ready to go with this West semifinal, $15,000 available. Kevin Martin has the hammer. Jeff Stoughton with the red stones. Martin will throw the yellow rocks. And leading off is Steve Gould, 97% in the quarterfinal victory earlier today against Randy Purvis.
Here's good. Steve, an exceptionally strong lead, does a really good job of setting the table for this Stoughton team, and I'm sure they'll go to the offense right away, try to steal a skin in the first end.
Hey, Steve. It's really too easy to look at both of these leads and say, how do you curl 99% every game?
Okay. Practice?
Practice.
And there's 89% in the West quarterfinal. Kevin Martin coming up with a victory over Glenn Despin. Looks very close in the scoreboard, 43-50 to Despin's 36-50, but Kevin Martin actually gave the 7th end skin to Despin so he could have the hammer in the 8th.
Mine's good.
Well, and Kevin Martin's famous for that. We've seen him do that several times in the skins game. He really wants to have that hammer coming home.
Shot, Donnie. Shot.
The rules of play in the skins, it is the 4-rock rule in effect in the free guard zone. 8 ends to play, 70 minutes, and no timeouts. So they have to be efficient with their time.
Should be there.
They certainly do, and as we can see this end already building up, the game gets complicated, the angles get tough, and you have to be able to see the vision where your rock's going to land and what shot you're going to leave your opponent.
And in the skins, the dollars are really weighted towards the last two ends, 7 and 8, and if it's not decided on the 8th end, then it'll go to a draw between the two skips.
Well, that's right. You think you're doing really well in the first couple of skins, and then you find out you got to finish it off.
Well, you just take a look there as you see 750 on the line in the first and second, but 6, 7, and 8, $8,700. So you win those last three, you're moving on to the final, but it's a tough fight to get to those ends and maybe even force a carryover. You can't win on those first four.
And I think the fact that it's an 8-end game and the later ends are so weighted really makes it a tough game. Like, you're basically always going to go down to that 7th and 8th end, a battle of one shot to see who's going to win it.
Well, it really works out that not only do you have to have strategy on the ice, but you have to have strategy on the scoreboard, knowing how much money you have to get.
$6,300 just winning the first 5 ends, which shows you can get on the board and get a little in your pocket, but it doesn't secure the victory. Gary Vandenberg.
287. Should be all there. Yep. Just for line. Whoa. Whoa.
And it was first in 1996 that these two curling giant teams really went head-to-head, and that was in the Brier final in 96, and it was Stoughton stealing the 10th end and winning that Brier.
Okay, that's fine. Shot, Gary. Okay.
And these two skips are very, very clever, very foxy in their rock positioning. And Martin with the hammer in this first end, he's not really concerned about takeouts yet, just rock positioning.
Weight should be there.
Carter Rycroft shooting 98%.
Out of room. We need the weight. Oh, line
seen that happen many, many times.
Hard. Line's good. We're in there. We're okay. We're good. Just top feet. Whoa. There.
Kevin Martin beat Jeff Stoughton in the West semifinal of this event in Oakville 2 years ago.
Well, Martin's won this event 3 times, and in total over 110,000 in winnings going in to this year. So he's really had a claim on it.
And you can see Randy Ferbey, the defending champion, eliminated earlier today. Martin with 3 titles. Wayne Bedell winning in 2000, and Mike Harris winning the first 3 years.
Jeff Stoughton lost to Wayne Meddaugh in 2000 in the finals here.
And in 2001, we had 2 skins in the one year. We had 2 events, like one in February and then December, so we had the lap over year.
Hard. Good. That's good. Beauty.
Boy, there's control of the top 4 foot right now from the Stoughton team.
Hey, Vu.
That same old voice you hear. First in, first to score.
Martin's kind of looking at that as if, he thinks he might be in trouble here. Certainly he does not control the top 4 foot.
We're not looking great, eh? Huh? Or split this. I like that a lot. Okay. T-line weight. Split. Bump us up.
Just looking to change the angles up front is young Carter Rycroft.
Yep. Weight's all there. Back 8. Yep. Back 12.
Interval time from the back line on to the first hog line on release, 3.65.
Oh.
And a little tap.
Shot.
And let's take a look at the ice notes. Brought to you by JBC. Again, Shorty Jenkins and the crew have terrific ice, and those are the numbers we'll be watching for.
It's right up there.
And we'll be watching that interval all game long from the back line to the first hog, and usually for a button draw, we're looking for around that 3.8 seconds. Very keen ice, hog to hog, 15 to 16 seconds, depending upon usually the spot in the ice. This ice is very keen right across the entire sheet, though, as it's pebbled and then clipped. Shorty Jenkins has once again given us red ice, lots of curl both ways.
And for those watching at home, perhaps novice curlers, anything above that 3.8 means it's going to be light. Below that means it's coming a little more quick like the behead.
Well, I was out throwing rocks in between the games there, and it's great sweeping ice. I mean, you could put it down and sweepers can carry it.
That's fine. Good rush, guys.
Yeah, it is tremendous sweeping ice. From the last hog to right on the tee line, the glide at the end is around 11 seconds, so it is great sweeping ice from last hog to stop.
Shorty let you on his ice?
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm going back on it again, too.
Okay. Did you get a permission slip?
You betcha.
Tremendous setup here in the 4-foot.
Knock us into here, I guess. Stick it. Hey? I think that's pretty good.
What about that? Run back to red, maybe.
I wouldn't throw it too hard. Down normal kind of stuff? Okay. Well, what do you see, Carter? Something else?
The red
like
one.
that.
Red on the angle.
This one?
Front, no, the high red one.
No. Down normal.
Denied.
Denied.
Good idea, though.
Don Walchuk, 89% in the West quarterfinal. To see him under 90%, you kind of go, those aren't Walchuk numbers.
Well, that's for sure. 7-time All-Star at the Briar.
Well, when I see Don Walchuk putting the corn, end of the broom into his mouth, I get scared.
Look at that.
Shot. What a shot. Perfect. Tremendous shot. Martin Stoughton. Walchuk made it.
That's fine, too.
Well, Kevin Martin asked Don Walchuk to throw down normal. And with a result like that, you throw rocks and bingo.
Well, it switched around in a hurry, and now it's the Stoughton team that has to do some damage control.
It's going to drag. I can see 3/4 max, or I mean, at least.
Hard? Heel. Yeah. John, you want to move the backing there?
And before the game, he had some trouble with his right knee.
he walked
into a door. Came on the ice, and we thought he had a cramp in his leg, and he was just walking the bump out.
So Marilyn and I almost had to have a draw up to the button to see who would sub in.
Whoa. Okay, that's good.
Well, he moved all the yellow around, but didn't change too much.
We're at standing 1-2-3.
Wasn't much else there, I guess, eh?
Jonathan Meade moved the back bumper so he can get his foot to give him a good push off, but what he did is he just jingled the yellow rocks.
But he did change a lot of the angles, and Martin's certainly aware of that.
Okay, guard here.
Kevin just at the edge of the 12-foot. Shows you how much this ice does curl.
Hard line.
A lot of ice.
Hard.
And coming off the side there, when it releases from the frost on the side, it will curl about 5 feet.
It's going to over-curl, so just keep it clean.
And you certainly don't want to get them started a little bit in on the broom, and then sweeping just can't hold the line.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the weather. It has been very warm in southern Ontario. It was 7 degrees yesterday. It's scheduled to maybe even get close to 10. So it's warmer outside, and it's a little more humid. There was a lot of fog this morning. How does that affect the ice?
Well, normally the fog outside means humidity, and the frost can come in on the ice, but Shorty has it really cold out there, and you can see the players haven't taken their jackets off. So it's cold on the ice surface. Beautiful outside.
Yeah, we almost could play outdoor curling today in the Alps. That would be fun.
I noticed you looking at the golf course as we came in, so I thought maybe you were ready to play a couple of holes before the broadcast.
Try out that big driver that my wife didn't get me for Christmas.
I see Jeff Stoughton's numbers, 83% in the quarterfinal. First stone for him.
And he was the first team from Manitoba to ever win the Tour Championship last year in Leduc over John Morris in that final.
Yep. Hard. Caught. Whoa. Okay. Hang on. Yep. Stay on it. Go. Okay.
It went early for Stoughton, and didn't appear to have enough weight when it finally got to Destination X.
Yeah. Choke that raise. Yeah.
Martin has the hammer. He has the counters in there to win the skin if he can keep Stoughton from doing anything fantastic on Stoughton's last shot.
You said that Kevin has been a little preoccupied. January 2nd, he opens up his new curling store at the brand new Saville Center in Edmonton. It's a combination curling, tennis, and fitness facility. One of the finest it's going to be in Western Canada. He says it's a great facility, and he's looking forward to this new opportunity.
And I think he's really excited about that new opportunity and,
Probably go for
and
line
the
a bit.
center.
He really is. He won't tell us the name of it, so I've been dubbing it Kevin's Curling Academy.
Just clean. Just clean. We're by. Yep. Just clean. Just whoa, up. 8 foot. Whoa, we're in. Up. Whoa, line's good. Up. Okay, clean it now. Yep. Just clean it.
Might go right in.
Oh, the freezer right in there.
Yeah, that's not bad. That'll play. Sometimes the best shot is coming right in and freezing on top and really making it difficult for the other team to then have to play with deal with another stone right in the top 4 foot.
Just have to get half in the 4 foot, eh? Or half here?
Tap into there.
Yeah. Which one do you like? Center one or that?
To tap into here?
Yeah.
I think you got to tap that one. If you're going to tap it, I was still thinking if you can hit it, but.
Jeff Stoughton in all sorts of trouble in this end and looking to play a tap. This one here straight back onto that and try and get it into the 4 foot area. Might be able to snag shot stone if he made it perfect. But even so, Martin has the hammer here, and Stoughton's going to have to make it exceptionally good.
Well, you heard Jeff Stoughton say it's all line here, but you need the right weight to get the right line.
Close.
If you overthrow it, it won't curl.
Good point, Marilyn. The ice is very weight sensitive. You up your weight a little bit, and it goes right through the curl.
Okay.
And Martin will not have to throw.
Doesn't have to throw the final stone, so the first skin belongs to Kevin Martin. He's got $750 in his pocket. Toronto is the home of the M&M Meat Shop skins. There's some ice outside City Hall, but they're using it for skating, not curling. Second end. Up next, another $750 skin.
At M&M Meat Shops, we wanted our name to reflect more of what we offer.
Hello, M&M Meat, and hundreds of mouth-watering complete meals you can prepare quickly and easily to please the whole family shops. Can I help you?
But then again, why not just show you? All your party foods and complete holiday meals, like stuffed turkey breast with farm vegetable blend. And decadent desserts, like chocolate caramel pecan cheesecake. M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
Welcome to Tim Hortons. May I take your order?
I'll have a large double-double, please.
Now let me pay. No, Dad, don't open it now.
Poor family, left with nothing. I don't know what I'd do if something happened to Mark. With our bills, we're just getting by. You don't have life insurance? We used to think that way. Then we found Guaranteed Life Plus from AIG Assurance. It's life insurance for people 40 to 75. What's the catch? None. There's no medical. Everyone is accepted. You deal directly with AIG Assurance, so no salesperson will visit.
Premiums start as low as $20 a month, guaranteed never to increase. In case of accidental death, your beneficiary receives 5 times your coverage, tax-free.
If you can afford one of these every day, you can afford Guaranteed Life Plus.
Call AIG Assurance toll-free at 1-877-789-0724 for your free information kit. Ask for extension 183. Protect your family. Call now.
If you're a curler, this is a dream season. The Randy Ferbey team, Dave Neto and Marcel Rock, Scott Pfeiffer, won the Skins game last year, but they also won the Brier. They won the World Championship, and I think they won all the money available. And Randy Ferbey's team was here. We'll have the championship final. A new champion will be crowned in 2003, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time on Rogers Sportsnet. And it was Jeff Stoughton who was able to bump Randy Ferbey out of the event and move on. $750 skin. Kevin Martin taking the opening skin. Did not have to throw his final stone. And the hammer now belongs to Jeff Stoughton as Don Bartlett delivers the first stone in the second end.
Nothing too tight.
Martin's team curled a very good first end. There was a nice shot by Don Walchuk to make a race double, and that really set it up for them.
Just when you think that Martin's team is looking in trouble, someone comes up with a great shot, and the momentum switches quickly.
Yeah. Good.
But Jeff Stoughton didn't seem too worried losing the first skin. You have to jockey and place yourself on the scoreboard when you want the hammer, how many carryovers you want. I mean, you've got to be good at the math here.
Steve Gould with his opening shot of the second end, and neither team really that in a hurry to get to the 4-foot.
Well,
both trying to just position, use that 4-rock rule and get a rock just short of the rings in the free guard zone in that control area. But this one's got a lot on it, and there's a lot of glide at the end from hog to stop.
One turns in.
All right.
We're pleased to be joined by Randy Ferbey, who has now become our rinkside correspondent, sitting next to Marcel Rock. Marcel said, "It's good I'm sitting next to Randy Ferbey. It's a chance I'll get on TV." So there it is. Marcel, you're on TV. There. Randy, nice to have you here. It was a tough quarterfinal for you. You know, you're in tough when you have to face Jeff Stoughton.
Well, you know what? We played well this game, and Jeff, unfortunately, or fortunately, had last rock in the 8th end, and we had 5 carryovers. They played extremely well, and he made his last shot for a deuce, and we're a little disappointed, but at the same time, we played quite well, and hopefully we'll carry it over to our city playdowns.
You had to make a huge shot in the 7th. He had an opportunity to win it there, too. Dave had to make a triple raise to try to, first of all, get the carryover.
Well, he made an unbelievable shot to force the 8th end anyway, and from a quarter of an inch, if we would have held it straight by a quarter of an inch, I think we would have had 2 there, but at the same time, he was really close in his shot, and not too many curlers in the world are even going to make this carryover. So we were pleased, but again, disappointed at the loss.
Not too many curlers call these kinds of shots, Randy.
Well, it was either that or draw the button, and Dave is, we've grown accustomed to Dave making those big shots over the last 3 years, and he was very close on that one again.
You talked about trying to get this good finish, at least a couple of good ends to carry over. Again, it's going to be a little more difficult in Alberta. Some new faces appearing again as the Grand Slam guys have joined back in. So are you all ready for the fight?
Well, we know it's going to be difficult. Every year it's more and more difficult. We know teams get up for us, and now that Kevin's entered the playdowns, we know he's going to be one of the teams to beat. Jamie King's another great team to beat there. It's going to be, and John Morris has moved to Alberta, so it's a very, very difficult province, and we're going to have our hands full.
Mine's a little tight. Not bad.
It's almost the Brier in itself, just trying to get out of your own province in Alberta, isn't it? It's the same in Manitoba, too.
It's very difficult. I think every province is getting stronger and stronger. The teams are, the teams that didn't win a few years ago, they've gotten stronger, and we sort of got to pick up our game, or else we're going to be on the sidelines looking in.
So have you got a membership already down to Kevin's new store there?
Not yet. Actually, I haven't been to that club or Kevin's store yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I heard it's a phenomenal complex, and we're looking forward to playing it in this weekend.
Well, your year so far, just give us a quick kind of synopsis of what your year's been about this year.
Well, you know what? We played well. We've had our ups and downs. Quite honestly, we haven't played as well as we could have. We started the year out reasonably well in Vernon, winning the Spiel, and then we've, by our standards, we haven't played up to par, and teams have played extremely well against us, and we've just got to pick it up another notch here. And,
any idea on your team, just what maybe it's been?
I don't think there's anything wrong. It's just, maybe we're missing a shot by half an inch, and the other teams are making shots, and we give credit to these guys, but at the same time, our level of play isn't quite where it should be.
But it's one of those things, too, Randy, as you mentioned, you're king of the hill. All of a sudden, everybody wants to tweak their game to make sure that you've got a tough ride. So have you enjoyed this time, though? You have been sort of on the top of the mountain looking down.
Well, we've definitely enjoyed it. You know, we enjoy being the favorites. You know, we've had a great run over the last 3 years, and we know teams are going to play extremely well against us, and they have. And like I said, we just haven't picked up our game, but I'm sure there's a lot of curling left this year, and hopefully we can.
Well, with those record 5 Briars in your pocket now, obviously you're looking for more?
Well, absolutely. I'd love nothing more than to get the 6th one and get
No, Randy, you're talking about retirement before you won those Briar titles.
I'm still talking about retirement.
I like the way you retire. You just keep winning.
No, it's like I said, it's been a great run. We've had a lot of good luck on our side, and I'm very fortunate to have played with great curlers over the years, and to have 5 Briars is beyond my wildest dreams. And if I ever get a chance to win a 6th one, it'll just blow my mind away, to be honest with you.
What's your schedule now for the rest of the year?
Well, we've got a city playdown starting this Friday, and then hopefully we can come out of the city playdowns to forward to the Northerns. But at the same time, then we leave on Tuesday to the Canada Cup, and so we still got a little bit of curling left here. And like I said, hopefully we can pick it up and play quite well and continue and have a long season yet.
Randy, thanks for joining us here. We appreciate you making the trip east. It's always fun to see your team play, and good luck down the road.
Well, thank you very much.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, too.
Randy Furby and his team, they have been the dominant force in the Canadian Curling Association, and certainly have the spoils of victory right now. But they did make the conscious decision. They wanted to stay on the one side, and the Grand Slam went in another route. Now the twain is meeting, and that road is meeting.
Well, it's interesting you say dominant force. Last 3 years, yes, they've won the Briar. Yes, they have curled fantastic. But last weekend, they played in the Grand Slam. They lost to Kevin Martin. They played Jeff Stoughton here. They lost to Jeff Stoughton. So, you know, they're hitting teams, and they're getting beat.
Well, it's a situation now, as I said, the road is starting to meet. And now the countryside not littered, but there's more obstacles on the way.
Well, you can't be on top of the hill forever. There's definitely ups and downs, but, you know, just because there's been kind of a quarter of a tough season here for Furby, I wouldn't write these guys off. I mean, boy, they can pick it up in a hurry.
Even top 12.
You got a great strategist in Randy, a tremendous shooter in Dave Nedwin, and a tremendous sweeping front end. So, I mean, you've got a lot of talent there.
Unless it helps them.
$750 skin here in the second end. Kevin Martin won the first skin.
Yeah, discard.
Stoughton with the hammer has 2 counters, 1 top button, 1 back button. Asking Jonathan Meade for a guard. Just seal it up on this side. Yeah, finish it up. And that finished pretty good spot for them. Interesting enough, in that Alberta playdown, when the Edmonton playdown starts, Furby's ranked number 1. Martin, because he was a late entry, is actually ranked and seeded number 39. The number 1 team in the world is ranked number 39, so they will be on the tough side of the board and have some early tough games.
He didn't talk about Kevin Park, but I heard that he's not entered into the playdowns, elected to go to the Grand Slam. So
they've decided to go to Prince Albert looking for the money and looking for the Players' Championship.
You know, in all fairness to Randy Furby, too, and just to put a lot of people's hearts at rest here, these 2 teams, Kevin Martin and Randy Furby, they really enjoy each other. Don Walchuk and Randy Furby are extremely good friends.
Ooh, not quite.
Sorry, man. I didn't think we'd curl her.
Well, with that amount of weight, Walchuk can really drift that weight down in a hurry.
We'll expect Don Walchuk to make these shots, and when he doesn't, it's a huge disappointment.
Martin took the blame for it. He said he didn't give him quite enough ice.
Where do you want it, Jeff?
Just top 8, fight to 8.
Okay.
It's a nice, comfortable position for those 2 Reds on the 4-foot. Now just trying to block the alley.
Shouldn't be big, eh?
Well, for all of curling, it's great to see teams like Stoughton back in the Briar and Martin as well, and tremendous to see Furby playing at our Grand Slams.
Starting to go. Finish it up.
That's what curling needs, the best teams going head-to-head in
Getting
all
better.
the big events.
Come on. Go, 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 go. Yep. Hard.
And young guys coming up in the future. There's some good young players out there.
gets 2 out of there.
Might be able to get the double. Triple would be,
right there, huh?
doesn't look like
Sure.
it's there.
Yep.
Stick around there.
Okay. Yeah.
Kevin Martin, first shot of the second in, playing a
Back
very
line.
soft back line weight, wants to make the double, but control his shooter right at the top 4 foot.
Not only is a 3-time champion of the skins, Kevin Martin a 3-time Players Championship. He's got 94, 98, and 2000.
And he used one of those to qualify into the Olympic trials when he won the tour.
Clean it. Clean. Yep. Hard. Real hard. Really hard.
Tough shot here, because when you're playing that little bit of extra weight, you're not absolutely sure the amount of curl you're going to get, but he gauged it nicely.
Shot.
Red still 1-2.
Bumper, no tip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's shot.
Got? Sure.
Okay. Hack weight's good. Stoughton playing just a little bit more weight than Martin had, and would just like to come into this area here and just tap this one back, move it out back there, and just control his shooter right in this area here and help to block the 4 foot.
Try hack. Knows it.
Jeff Stoughton, a player, he's got all the shots, all the soft weight shots, and pretty good doubles player with a bit of weight when he has to do that as well.
He shortened the ice up at the last minute, and we saw with Glenn Howard when he did that, it over-curled.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Big finish at the end with hack weight.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Yep, yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Great control of this rock.
Perfect. Perfect shot.
Nice shot. And in behind the center line, behind cover.
Okay.
Well, you know, when there is that swoopage, Ed, that you always talk about, and maybe it just curled too much. Of course, he only gave Kevin Martin a draw to the button.
That's all?
That's all.
Nose. You don't think nose would have been better?
Well, Kevin Martin with a very, very difficult draw shot here. Has to come on the end turn and just try and bring the rock right in here and just try and get it into that area there of the button. And hopefully, if Stoughton tries to wick it out, would hit it on the back one. And the great thing about the Shorty Jenkins ice, you do have a lot of move at the end. So as long as you can squeeze by that top one, you'll get at least half a berry. And Kevin, over the years, I think, has had a little trouble in this spot on the ice, and it's not generally weight, it's curl. You know, sometimes he gets it going here a little bit, or sometimes he hangs it out, and
a lot of room.
Can be a difficult spot for him.
You said 373 in that neighborhood. 3.8.
Wait for the button. Yep, hard!
For the button.
Hard! Hard!
Look at the work.
Hard!
Oh.
How good is that?
What a shot. What a shot.
But you know, Jeff Stoughton knows those things, and he was really upset with Jonathan Mean when he over-curled on his last shot. And as you can see, Kevin Martin is just so perfect. But getting by the top 4 foot rock, that's how good he is.
Thin. It's got to hit thin.
It didn't quite get the glide at the end. They needed that to get about another 3 inches, and I think it was pretty well impossible to get it out of there. It's still tough, though. Stoughton's got a wicket pretty well straight sideways. He could get it off the back one and still spin it out over the top.
You can hear Jeff whack that broom on his rock. He knew he left him a great shot.
He's got to split the broom, and Jonathan Mead's got to make the quick call.
Yep, yep. Whoa, yep. Whoa, whoa! Whoa, close. Whoa, yep, yep, yep!
Punch it out. Not enough, though. It looks as if yellow will steal. So the Martin team takes the second skin, and they have a $1,500 advantage over Jeff Stoughton. 2 ends completed. The M&M Meat Shop skins game.
Yeah.
At M&M Meat Shops, we wanted our name to reflect more of what we offer.
Hello, M&M Meat, and hundreds of mouth-watering complete meals you can prepare quickly and easily to please the whole family shops. Can I help you?
But then again, why not just show you? All your party foods and complete holiday meals, like stuffed turkey breast with farm vegetable blend. And decadent desserts, like chocolate caramel pecan cheesecake. M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
Here's Gordon Pape on the Canadian Home Income Plan Reverse Mortgage.
It can make more sense to use a reverse mortgage to access money rather than selling another type of investment, such as bonds or stocks.
We can capitalize on the equity that we have in the house for a long time to come.
When you take money out of a RIF, it's taxable at your regular rate. But the payment you get from a reverse mortgage is tax-free.
Tailor-made for seniors, a Canadian Home Income Plan Reverse Mortgage helps you access $20,000 to $500,000 from your home's equity.
There are no repayments required as long as you or your spouse lives in the home.
To request your reverse mortgage estimate and this free guide, call 1-866-831-7237.
It's an excellent opportunity to put your home equity to work for your retirement today.
For me, it was a wise financial decision.
Call the Canadian Home Income Plan today, 1-866-831-7237.
You need your savings to grow, but what can you rely on? The markets? Up and down. Other banks? They've never paid enough interest, so what do? Over 500,000 Canadians rely on their own common sense. The ING Direct Investment Savings Account pays higher interest, always will, so your savings only grow, no matter what happens out there. Call 1-800-ING-DIRECT and save your money.
Ball. Ball.
Take a look at the skins breakdown here at the M&M Meat Shop Skins at St. George's. With the hammer, 19 skins, so 45%. The steel has been effective 31% of the time, and only 10 carryovers to this point. A steal, though, in this one for Kevin Martin has given him a $1,500 advantage as we take a look at the last two shots in the second end.
Well, you know, I think that Jonathan Meade made a mistake in his call on Jeff Stoughton's rock, and you know, Jeff knows that he can't leave the button for Kevin Martin to make these great shots and get them out at the end.
And it's just perfect positioning. Good call by Walchuk. Great sweeping by Rycroft right to the end, and that's tough to get out. Nothing easy here.
Jeff Stoughton trying to pick the rock out. Angle is so important. He had the velocity. Doesn't get it hard enough.
Back bangs into that back red, sticks around for one, so a steal by Martin, and into the third now. $1,500 to Martin's side, but now $1,500 at stake.
Well, it made a difference of $750 there, but also I think just, you know, psychologically, you know, you win those first two ends, and Stoughton isn't on the board yet. That's good. You know, so Stoughton, you know, you don't want to get shut out in a skins game. It's always embarrassing, so you want to go for it, and first two ends haven't gone the way of Stoughton.
Jeff Stoughton had a lot of carryovers in his quarterfinal match shot this morning, so maybe he can start rolling some dough here.
Line's good, yep.
Gouldy with the outturn. And they've just been with the early lead stones.
Line's good, got a curl.
Working for position on the center line.
Okay, cool. Shot, Steve. That's good. Okay, Steve, that's all right.
8 teams came to Toronto in the M&M Meat Shop Skins. Glenn Howard defeating Mark Dacey. Tom Brewster, a surprise over Wayne Maddaw, and then defeating Glenn Howard to move into the championship. The standings right now, Brewster with $15,800 and 10 skins. Glenn Howard right behind.
I don't think we're in.
Jeff Stoughton's in third, and then Kevin Martin with the skins that he has won to this point.
You can leave it.
And Kevin Martin, over the years, having won this event 3 times, has taken almost over $110,000 from this skins event over the years, so it's been very, very good to him. Martin just playing the center guard, not worried about that counter belonging to Stoughton in the rings. Steve was with this team when they won the Worlds in '96, and then spent a couple of years playing lead for Vic Peters, and now he's back with Stoughton.
Got room. Got room.
Jeff Stoughton's brought Steve Gould's rocks into the house every end. I find that interesting, not kind of playing them short.
Well, he's putting them in a good spot, though. Controlling that top 8-foot is a tremendous control area.
Biter's even fine. Doesn't matter.
And if you look at the first 2 ends, Stoughton had them going both pretty good. Walczyk made a good angle race for Martin in the first end, and Stoughton really had control of that second end. And as you mentioned, probably just rolled his first one a little too far. Opened the door for Martin to make the great draw.
Hard line. Keep it out there. Hard. Okay. Whoa. Wait's good. Whoa.
Carter in turn wants to get by the guards and freeze into the 2 reds belonging to Stoughton.
Shot.
Looking at Kevin Martin's strategy here, I think Kevin just wants to really junk it up when he doesn't have the hammer. And Stoughton doesn't have much choice. He's kind of got to go with it right now, and so you're counting 3, but Martin might get one in there.
Well, we've seen this happen before. I know that they're going to junk it up, and then on the back end has to clean it up and manipulate all those rocks to score points. Front end is very important to get their rocks in the right position.
That's all right. Okay. Back 12. Just split that open a little bit.
Carter just gently manipulating, moving these rocks around, keeping the shooter where he needs it to be.
Come on.
Young 26-year-old joined this team in the year 2000.
Yeah.
And of course, we all know they played at the Olympics, winning a silver medal in Salt Lake.
Right up. Hard.
Carter first came on the scene. He was quiet, stayed back, and now you see him following his rocks, giving his input.
Little rubber Rooney there didn't quite turn out what he wanted. And yeah, interesting enough, a few years ago, he wouldn't have said a word, joining this great team. And now on that first end, he was voicing his opinion.
Why not bad? This.
Denied at that, but.
This one up. Normal.
Well, I think he has a tremendous future, not just on this team, but he throws such a good rock that I could certainly see him skipping his own team one day.
Whoa.
Gary Vandenberg, left-hander, has played with Jeff Stoughton a lot of years, 10 in all. They've won mixed championships together, Briar and Worlds, and the Tour Championship.
But never a skins game.
No, Manitoba has not had luck in the skins events over the years, going back to 1986 when it first started. And
don't really like the
various
idea
major skins games, Manitoba has never done well, although Stoughton won
like board?
one skins event that they had the Safeway in Manitoba.
Yeah. Board weight. Near the nose. Down normal.
Don Walczyk joined this team in '96 as well. And at one time, Randy Furby was the third on this team for Martin. Walczyk was the second.
Nice shot.
And Randy was kind of dropped from the team halfway through the year, and Walczyk moved up to third. They've both done pretty well on their own.
He was sort of asked to play second.
Yeah.
coming off this, tap.
Walchuk, he's been an all-star at lead second and third over the years. Walchuk did try skipping. He was skipping his own team in 93 and 94. Skipping didn't work out for Donnie.
Yeah, should be close. If it hangs and we rub, it's no big deal. Yeah.
Interesting delivery by Jonathan Meade. Very smooth, but watch the position of his broom as he comes out of the hang. It's right next to the rock.
So close to that rock.
And then just as he releases, pulls it away.
It's almost like an up-forward type of aiming guide, you know, that helps him out there.
Yep. Just for weights.
He gets his shoulders very square.
Hard line. Hard. Right up, right up, right up, right up, right up. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Hard. Stop. Good. Good shot.
Hard to get that broom in between them.
I guess a perfect example of the Manitoba slide.
Yeah, it's definitely called the Manitoba slide, where the broom is out front. It's on the ice. The hand touches the ice. The sliding foot tucks right underneath and positions itself, stays right there.
Now that would be a good candidate for a stabilizer or the Asham crutch.
Very accurate thrower, though. He's a tremendous hitter, and over the years he's learned the draw game. And one of the top thirds in the world.
Control the front.
Not even sure this is a good call.
Wow, we're really fighting control here for the top of the 12-foot, top of the 8-foot area. Stoughton with the hammer, and he has yet to cash and win his first skin.
Okay.
Walchuk not much ice here.
I really don't want to see this thing roll this way, though. If you roll this here, and this rolls in half buried here, it's not bad. Okay, let's go down normal. Okay. Okay.
Now there's the Curling Academy at its finest.
Kevin Martin sees a whole different game, and we've talked about that before. He really understands the positioning of the stone. Well, Walchuk didn't believe this shot too much all the way and got it inside.
What?
Rattled a lot of granite going shot.
Well, it didn't turn out bad. He's got control on the left and the right.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Not a bad shot by Walchuk.
Well, what Kevin looks for is the positioning of his rocks. And when Donnie let this go, that's all he's worried about. He's not worried about removing all the rocks.
What about that
He's
double
worried about
tap?
position. And
like, you know what I mean? We hit on the outside.
Don did a good job there.
He's out of danger, you know? Because then you got a 2-foot double to lie. Well, let's go this way then. Roll over here. You know, like the double there lied too?
Well, what quite often amazes me about the thirds on these great teams is how well they see the setup, even from the other end. But Jonathan Meade is going to come down and have a look at this one.
Yeah, we got a rock right here.
Or to here.
Yeah, we got a rock right here. We got a double. If we make this, and he goes around, we're done.
Goes around where?
Goes around here. I mean,
well, you got to nose it because you can't roll away because he's got this turn as well then.
Mm-hmm.
You'd rather play this one?
That's what I like. That's what the other guys like. I mean, if you like that, I'll play it.
Hitting this isn't bad.
Yeah, I like the nose hit there better than rolling in behind.
I'd rather play nose hit on this one than rolling it over.
And that's the beauty of the skins game. You have so many options at where your rock wants to be, when you want it to happen.
And I kind of view that as the problem rock. You know, even nosing that is probably then better than trying to make a double off of it. Just control that area.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. No.
Whoa. Not finishing up enough. Rolled and spoiled the angle over there.
That's brilliant.
Those are dead, though.
Not pleased, Jonathan Meade.
No, because he's taken away, actually, the function of 2 of his own stones.
Yeah, he spoiled his raises on the side there, on the left-hand side, and opened the door. A large gateway here that Martin could draw through, get right into the button. And perhaps steal again. You mentioned to me a couple days ago, Marilyn, how you really thought that, Martin, who hasn't been in a final this year, has really come in here with a lot of fire and determination. And he's shooting that way, too. He's really playing well.
His concentration level is at where we normally see it. And in the beginning at the Grand Slams, you just could see him busy.
Last year they had 7 wins on the tour early on and total money over $200,000. But this year's been more of a struggle. They've kept the car running in the quarterfinals because they've been losing in the quarters, and they've been in 2 semis, but haven't made it to a final as yet.
They wanted the T-line weight. They got it.
Didn't curl a bunch, eh? Didn't go a bunch. Yeah.
And skins ice, you want to be able to bury behind a rock, top 8 foot. That's what you look for in good skins ice. Shorty has got great ice here. That's half buried.
You got to hit it a little high.
In most places, you've been able to fully bury.
So now what we leave here for Jeff Stoughton is just a triple. 3 yellow rocks. See them all go.
3. Yeah, it could be a little trouble with the side one. You never know.
He didn't like it when it was just
I think it'll go by.
Triple, it's okay.
Well, he's got a bunch of red ones in there, 4, all in the 12-foot that could all be shot rock after this.
Jeff Stoughton needs to settle in here, get his skin. Big shot, big turnaround.
First time in the game that he's had to throw the real up weight.
He's over curled.
Well, that really took off on him. And he doesn't get the perfect angle over there with the roll either. Nothing lucky.
Hey, Jeff. This double.
You want to tap this up into here?
Go here. Freeze right on it.
Yeah, because we got... Well, he might have a triple then.
I don't think we want to be froze to it.
Yeah.
This.
Go here.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Yep. Yeah, it's top 8.
The committee has made their decision.
I turned that last one
in there just enough to be third shot. Martin already has 2 counters. Mentioned that he didn't want to come in too deep and freeze on his own and set up a triple. Well, he's had control of his weight in this game, and just a hair less weight than his first one would be letter perfect.
Well, he's certainly making Jeff Stoughton's job very difficult.
Lighter.
Yeah. Line's good. Whoa.
Still there.
Line's good. Clean it.
Room.
No line. Line's good.
Yep.
Line's good. Yep.
A lot of good teamwork working on this stone.
Yep. Room.
You can always hear Donnie Bartlett call out that perfect weight for Don Walchuk.
Bartlett is an exceptional judge of weight.
Bump it. No?
Good.
Well, that turned out A-okay. Don't think there's a triple.
Kevin Martin really wanted this rock to curl. He sort of complained about his first rock not curling enough.
He mentioned lighter out of his hand, but as it turned out it wasn't.
Needed to bump it this way more.
Yeah, it had to be here, right?
Think that's it's there.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we'll try.
Jeff Stoughton sounding a little nonchalant out there.
Well, this shot is très difficile, like difficult here. Like, I just can't see the angles really being in his favor on this triple.
We talk about all these shots, being very, very low percentage, high-risk shots, but that's skins, and got to make them somewhere along the line.
And in skins curling, you see some really low percentages by skips, because if you keep trying these all day and don't make them, you get 0 out of 4.
Final stone, $1,500 skin.
His first one really moved in this spot.
Sneaks it by.
Okay.
Bumps out 2. That yellow sticks around. That yellow is a steal. $1,500 added to the Martin total. He's now got $3,000 of the $15,000 available. Holiday time in. And the M&M Meat Shop skins with Martin in charge.
JVC, the perfect experience.
You need your savings to grow, but what can you rely on? The markets? Up and down. Other banks? They've never paid enough interest, so what do? Over 500,000 Canadians rely on their own common sense. The ING Direct Investment Savings Account pays higher interest, always will, so your savings only grow, no matter what happens out there. Call 1-800-ING Direct and save your money.
What you wanted this Christmas, what you got. Wanted, got. Wanted, got.
Didn't get what you wanted this Christmas? Then get to Future Shop's Boxing Week sale. Practically everything is on sale. All TVs, home theater, sale. And get 10% off, plus 12 months, no payments, no interest on all major appliances. Shop in-store or online for these great deals. Future Shop. Come see what your future has in store.
Canbar meets your everyday needs. Coast to coast, overnight air service, USA southbound, and specialty services. Scheduled everyday pickups with a personal touch. For your small or big business, when you think of package delivery, think Canbar, the package people.
Dad, not till 7:30. Go back to bed.
Tim Hortons coffee lovers can't wait to open our collector mug, just $8.95 with 1 packet of Tim Hortons coffee. Or the collector canister, just $9.95 with 5 packets.
At M&M Meat Shops, we wanted our name to reflect more of what we offer.
Hello, M&M Meat, and hundreds of mouth-watering complete meals you can prepare quickly and easily to please a whole family shops. Can I help you?
But then again, why not just show you? All your party foods and complete holiday meals, like stuffed turkey breast with farm vegetable blend. And decadent desserts, like chocolate caramel pecan cheesecake. M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
Toronto St. George's Golf and Country Club, the location for the M&M Meat Shop's $100,000 skins. 2004, the 75th anniversary of Toronto St. George's. It all began in 1909 when an accomplished builder from Stratford, Robert Holmes Smith, started to acquire land near the Humber River. In 1929, the championship golf course was completed, and it was called the Royal York Golf Club to tie in with the Royal York Hotel. In 1957, a curling facility was added, 6 sheets, and they changed the name to the Toronto St. George's, and the rest is history. What a great location. They've had a seniors golf tournament here, a number of great events as well. And for Toronto St. George's, they've been marvelous hosts. 1946, the official name change from the Royal York Golf Course to St. George's.
Well, my father played golf here in St. George's, and guess who carried his club to his
Pretty good
cart?
advertisement
Wayne
there, Donnie.
Madaw carried his clubs to my dad's golf cart.
Did your dad tip?
I'm getting hungry.
I don't think they tipped back then, did they?
We'll have to ask Wayne.
We'll have to ask Wayne, that's right.
Wayne Madon and his third, Graham McCarroll, throwing thousands of practice rocks in this rink over the years.
Line's good.
That's where they really learn their skills,
Lot of room.
hone their play.
It certainly does.
Goodbye.
Well, Kevin Martin throwing the shutout here so far against Jeff Stoughton, winning the first 3 skins.
Hey, Steve.
Martin just seems to know exactly what he's doing here. He's just going with 2 long guards, medium-length guards to start every end.
This is a $1,500 skin once again, but all the skins right now belong to Kevin Martin.
Don Bartlett,
the pride of Gander, Newfoundland.
Exceptional game so far. He wanted us to say hi to his wife Shauna and son Stuart and Donald, age 11 and 8, in Edmonton.
Okay, whoa then.
And we'll say hello to the other end of the country and everybody in Gander. We were there for Grand Slam event.
Top 8.
And what a time Marilyn had in Gander. Incredible.
She is the dancing queen.
It's all right.
Time for our look at the numbers. Brought to you by Tim Hortons. The leads, 96% for Don Bartlett. Steve Gould at 88%. Neither man has been required to throw a hit.
And Bartlett's been putting the guards, as we said, for the Martin team, you know, midway. And Gould has been coming into the top 12-foot and 8-foot, positioning his stones.
Maybe that's gotten Jeff into a little bit of trouble, actually, when I think back on it.
Well, he's almost got to try something different because it hasn't worked so far. But, you know, we did talk about the fact that he's had pretty good setups. Just hasn't been able to close the deal.
Good shot. Throw up another guard.
That's thrown more this game.
And guard it.
Yeah, I think so.
Huh?
Kevin Martin really wanted to junk up that front. Make Jeff Stoughton really work for his movement of rocks.
They play the skins so differently when you think that they might be hitting. They're throwing up another guard, and then if you're in the 7th end or say like the second last end of the skins, there's 4 rocks in play, and you're talking, and they're looking for the blank yet.
Tight.
You know, so they just play in a different world.
Well, hope it curls.
Finish.
They want to get to the inside. Boy, it moved nice at the end for them.
All about the angle on these rocks, too.
Stoughton playing the wide draw, coming around those stones at top ring. You need that in the skins. You got to be able to get around those top stones and get fully buried. Gary Vandenberg with the task of bearing on his outturn.
Line's good. Yep. It's close. Well, we can. Yeah, you can. Whoa.
You talk about the Scottish boys coming from across the pond. Gary Vandenberg's got the big trek, too, coming from Vernon, B.C.
Yeah, a couple years ago, he did move to Vernon to be manager at the Vernon Curling Club, but back playing full-time with this team now.
Second numbers right now is 96% belongs to Gary Vandenberg. Carter Rycroft at 88%.
Kind of amazing. No hits, by Carter, the second man.
Wow.
Strange. Yeah. And Martin's been using him more as just a setup man and positioning free shots. Looks like he's just itching to hit something.
Need some help?
Young Carter.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't like the way this is going at all.
Can we start over?
Just bump this back a little bit. Okay, throw T-line.
Good, really.
An intriguing call here. Just tap this back and keep their yellow shooter top 8 foot.
Oh.
It's hanging out.
Oh, Oh, way too much weight.
It's a little more than bump.
Bump him behind the button.
It's through the house.
Can we classify that as a hit, Ed?
Well, it stayed in the back ring, so I guess not.
The red onto the yellow and then the other yellow? That's all right.
It's normal.
Well, this Stoughton team has really had a banner year so far. They've been in 7 events. They've qualified every time. They've won 3 events. They've been in 5 finals. Although Jeff hasn't been there for every one of them. Glenn Howard subbed for them in Brandon when they won that event.
2 yellows fill out. Shot by Gary Vanderberg. We were talking about St. George's history. You mentioned Graham McCarroll and Wayne Madaw. It's about 20 years ago. You see Graham McCarroll there on the left side. But way out there on the left side, that's John Kawaja. And John Kawaja, another storied member, won the World Championship in '83 with Eddie Wernick, and there with an old team member in Paul Savage, the event organizer, world champion in '83 and then again in 1990. John now not curling as much as usual.
Not
Big
curling
job
at
with
all.
Adidas. Is
Yeah,
he giving it
big
a
job
I
with
thought he was
Adidas
still
out in the West
throwing
Coast.
his boots on now and again.
Maybe I'll ask him to play mix for me.
There it is. That's a pretty good team then.
Hard,
John Kawaja along with Graham McCarroll, Mark Andrechuk, and Dave Mannion were the 1980 Ontario Junior Men's Champions.
We used to call Kawaja Long Sliding Johnny. When he threw those hits, he used to race that rock down the ice.
It's a great shot of he and Graham with that 1980 junior team in the lobby here, the curling club. Of course, 23 years ago, young, fresh-faced.
Yeah, still remember it.
Just move the angles a bit.
Of course, that duo there, part of the quartet that made Eddie Lukowicz a grumpy guy in Sudbury in 1983.
Beating me in the final.
Yeah.
We punched the red one in behind, right?
It was the wrench defeating Fast Eddie in the Brier final in '83.
What kind of weight?
I still say that's one of the best games I've ever watched.
It was a fun game to play in. Coming second in, it wasn't the real.
It wasn't so much fun.
But there was some interesting stuff, and actually, I think during that Brier, the greatest game was when we played Wernick in the round robin. Just an incredible game.
That's when the world started to see Eddie Wernick's hack weight takeouts.
Yeah, I threw the high hard one, and Wernick would throw the soft one.
Whoa, Jeff. Whoa.
That turned out pretty darn good. That's not bad at all.
And the third numbers, 92% right now belongs to John Meade, and Don Walchuk unusually low at 79%.
Yeah, but when you look at the last few ends, I really think Walchuk's made the bigger shots. Maybe the scorekeeper's just not giving him those bonus points that he's deserved.
I'm not too good on the math, but I disagree with those percentages.
The All-Star, 7-time All-Star from the Brier might be sending in a letter and disputing those percentages. Or an email, at least.
I've got the statistician man sweating there.
Well, he needs to do some damage on this one. This end so far is going all Stoughton's way.
Whoa.
Well, let's just make a triple and
lots of it goes away.
Change a lot of it around. Good shot.
Well, when you hit rocks like Don Walchuk, a quarter of a rock, and you can remove 3 of them, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think in all the world, he can throw big weight with the most ease. You know, when he comes out of the hack, it doesn't look like it's a really that hard to throw. But yet his peels, you time them like they're 6 seconds hog to hog, covering that 72 feet. Need a story of concentration on this outturn.
Hard line, guys. Hard. He's way short.
Gary and Steve having to work hard on this, but now they give up on it because it just does not have the wheels.
I don't ask them.
And a messy shot, too, in the fact that it really offers Kevin Martin an extra rock to bury in behind. Now he can even curl an overbury with the amount of curl at the end here and get right on top of the M&N Meat Shop's button.
Kevin just asking Donnie Bartlett if he's a little sticky on this side.
Fourth end of the Western semifinal of the M&M Meat Shop's $100,000 skins. There's $15,000 to play with in the semifinal.
You know,
and right now a $1,500 skin on the line and end number 4.
You know, Rob, there hasn't really been a whole lot of play this far wide for quite a while on this sheet, so you never know. There might have been a little bit of frost buildup out here. because Meade was way short.
But Carter did reassure Kevin that he thought that Jonathan was light when I let go.
No, line's good, line's good. Yep. Yep. Just for line. Okay. Hard if we can. Hard line. Whoa. Hard. Yep.
Bartlett, a master judge of the weight.
Oh, look at that. Get by the red guard and...
Okay.
Back at T-line, a little heavy.
Yeah, 2 feet deep, that's all. He wanted to be on top of the button.
Skip numbers, and look at that, perfect through 3, 100% for Kevin Martin. Jeff Stoughton at 29%.
Wow, Stoughton's had a lot of raises that haven't worked out.
Well, we've talked about that, but Kevin Martin, again, no hits, just sneaking by this rock, and just a little too heavy. Worried about the line being tight all the way down.
It's imperative here for Stoughton to get shot stone.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Martin knows he's gone just a little too far.
So did Johnny's. What's that? So did Johnny's.
Well, about time for Jeff to really start shooting, and he's sporting that 29% right now, and hasn't really made a
It almost looks
key
like it's
shot.
a typo when you see.
A lot of room.
Yeah, they should just turn that around. 29 and a 92.
Line's good. Line's good. Tons of room right now.
Interval not bad. Usually we
Where are
look for
Line's good.
3.78.
Yep.
He's very close to that.
Now
Oh, it's
just for weight.
handle's doing something very different here.
That's lost the handle. It's going the other way. And when you get this amount of curl in the ice, you do need to have a positive turn, which Jeff usually has. He usually gets 2 rotations all the way in there. Shorty
Look at
Jenkins
this.
having a
Shorty
look at
Jenkins is
inspecting the ice.
keeping close watch. He watches every rock he's shooting. He's got the watch in his hand.
And it looks like he's getting ready to throw some water at somebody.
I'm not even sure that it's an old-fashioned microphone.
Well, it's
And
curling. You can see it here. Just that
stops right there.
handle stops. Goes the other way. There's nothing you can do with a rock like that.
Kevin Martin looking to duplicate the line from his first shot and just follow that one right in.
Line's good.
Really sliding well and releasing
good.
nicely. Seems
Line's
to be in
probably a little
total control.
In the end. Come on.
3-8, very good interval time from back line to first hog.
Hard, come on. Really hard line. Hard.
He was concerned it was a little tight. And it's going to bump off the red.
Not bad.
Spot out there, eh? That out turn's tough, man. I took a little off it, and it wasn't even close. That one?
I would say so, Jeff.
Now they're concerned about the red at the back of the house, as they are still looking for 2 to take the skin.
I can't see it going low. I mean,
Yeah, just hit it dead on.
yeah.
Yeah, it can overcurl though.
I still think it probably goes on.
Okay.
What kind of weight?
Feel?
You want to throw that much?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just thinking that way if it...
A little less?
Stoughton could play the angle raise, sending this one straight onto that one there
this normal,
in a straight
John, or-
direction.
Hmm?
You like
But
normal?
he could
I was thinking normal.
He could
but
also get it
whatever you
off
like,
the other
Jeff.
red.
More then? Well, we're going to find out.
It might be an impossible shot to miss. Might be that no matter where you hit it, it works out.
Just not convinced of Jeff Stoughton's tone here. His tone of voice seems to be a little bit negative. And
Well, he hasn't had a good percentage the first 3 ends.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, it's the skins game, though. One good shot can change all that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And the last stone
Clean.
for Jeff Stoughton.
Clean. Good.
Off it goes. And it's going to be a carryover. They do believe that yellow was counting.
You guys.
So a carryover, and the next end adds
wasn't gonna
in
stop Kevin
total.
from
It will
taking it,
be $3,300 when we return. Right now, Martin leading 3,000 at the skins game. A lot of great curling on display. M&M Meat Shop's $100,000 skins game, the fourth and break.
Who would have known that back in 1980, when M&M Meat Shops opened their first store in Kitchener, Ontario, that they would grow to having over 350 locations across Canada? With such success, M&M Meat Shops realized the necessity of giving back to the very communities that supported them. For over 15 years, M&M Meat Shops has been a proud sponsor of the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of Canada. With all of their initiatives, including their famous Charity Barbecue Day and their Celebrity Classic Golf Tournament, M&M Meat Shops have raised over $8 million for CCFC to raise awareness and find a cure for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis.
Well, 15 years ago, we made this big discovery, and that is that Canada has the highest incidence per capita of inflammatory bowel disease in the world, and they don't know why. So it was a little-known cause, and we wanted to create some awareness and therefore raise more money for research that hopefully one day we could find the cause and the cure for these terrible diseases. This tournament is very difficult to get into. In February every year, we send out the invitations, and typically we're sold out within 2 to 3 weeks because all of the regulars want to come back. So that's exciting for us. Well, this year, a couple of our big headliners are Daryl Sittler, of course, famous Toronto Maple Leaf hockey player. We've also got Johnny Bauer back, Russ Jackson, a lot of the regulars, big celebrities.
This year marked M&M's 15th annual Charity Barbecue Day in support of CCFC. In fact, they set a new record, raising over $1.2 million across the country.
I think all charities are important, and just because you don't know anybody, it's different people go through different things in their lives, and it's always good to help somebody.
It's rewarding to see all the money raised for Crohn's and colitis research, and we have quite a few customers that come in that have mentioned that they have the disease themselves, so it is particularly rewarding to see the money raised for research towards that disease.
One of the best things I've ever been involved in my life, and I'm just so happy to be part of a truly Canadian great company.
Tonight, it's the Rangers versus the Sens at the Corral Center. But it's the presence of one player who captures the spotlight.
Spontaneously, the fans in this building have risen to their feet in salute to the great Gretzky.
Gretzky's last game in Canada is a touching farewell to one of the best of all time.
A great night and a great salute for the great Gretzky.
Jason Portwando standing by with Sportsnet News, 6 o'clock Eastern, 4 Mountain, 3 Pacific time. Complete rundown of the NFL picture, highlights from the Western Semifinal, the NBA story, and much more. Sportsnet News. JP's on duty right now. And welcome inside Toronto's St. George's Golf and Country Club. And after further review, they felt the stone was there for Jeff Stoughton, and he counts 2 and does pick up a skin in the 4th end. So that back 12 stone certainly paid off in the total of $1,500. And promotional considerations for the 2003 M&M Meat Shop skins brought to you by the Toronto Airport Hilton, home to all the players in town for this year's event. By Growers Direct, suppliers of the beautiful on-ice arrangements here at St. George's Golf and Country Club. And by AMJ Campbell Van Lines, official movers of the M&M Meat Shop skins. An interesting game shaping up in the Western Semifinal. Kevin Martin, $3,000. Stoughton with $1,500. The 4th end break of the $100,000 M&M Meat Shop skins. Every child is full of promise. And for 28 years, the Tim Horton Children's Foundation has been dedicated to giving kids the opportunity to realize the potential inside themselves. Throughout the year, Tim Horton store owners from across North America work to raise funds to help children in their communities. Their efforts culminate each year on Camp Day, the single largest fundraiser for the Tim Horton Children's Foundation. On Camp Day at Tim Hortons, 100% of customers' coffee purchases are donated in an effort to send less fortunate children to one of the Tim Horton Foundation camps.
The growth of the foundation has been driven by the Tim Horton store owners because they are the ones who believe, along with a lot of us, that it's a very worthwhile endeavor.
Campers are selected from within the communities across North America where Tim Hortons stores operate. They're sent to one of 6 unique camp settings, including a new camp in St. George, Ontario. Tim Horton Children's Foundation camps provide these kids with a number of exciting and rewarding activities they might otherwise never experience. After their camping adventures, our campers stay in touch with us through our youth tracking program, in which hundreds of young adults are offered an opportunity to return to camp to broaden life skills and gain wilderness leadership abilities. An experience at a Tim Hortons camp is unique and magical. It's filled with fun and adventure and can help build a child's self-confidence and esteem. Thanks to the efforts of Tim Hortons customers, kids from your community are experiencing the adventure of a lifetime. The Tim Horton Children's Foundation and you, opening the world to kids next door.
Dad, not till 7:30. Go back to bed.
Tim Hortons coffee lovers can't wait to open our collector mug, just $8.95 with 1 packet of Tim Hortons coffee. Or the collector canister, just $9.95 with 5 packets.
At M&M Meat Shops, we wanted our name to reflect more of what we offer.
Hello, M&M Meat, and hundreds of mouth-watering complete meals you can prepare quickly and easily to please the whole family shops. Can I help you?
But then again, why not just show you? All your party foods and complete holiday meals, like stuffed turkey breast with farm vegetable blend. And decadent desserts, like chocolate caramel pecan cheesecake. M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
What you wanted this Christmas, what you got. Wanted, got. Wanted, got.
Didn't get what you wanted this Christmas? Then get to Future Shop's Boxing Week sale. Practically everything is on sale. All TVs, home theater, audio, and video on sale. All digital cameras and camcorders on sale. All computers, notebooks, and LCD monitors on sale. And get 10% off, plus 12 months, no payments, no interest on all major appliances. Shop in-store or online for these great deals. Future Shop. Come see what your future has in store.
You need your savings to grow, but what can you rely on? The markets? Up and down. Other banks? They've never paid enough interest, so what do? Over 500,000 Canadians rely on their own common sense. The ING Direct Investment Savings Account pays higher interest, always will, so your savings only grow, no matter what happens out there. Call 1-800-ING-DIRECT and save your money.
St. George's Golf and Country Club, the site of the 2003 M&M Meat Shops $100,000 skins game, fourth end break of the West semifinal. Winner will move on to face Tom Brewster in the championship. And here is our ING Direct money shot. Save your money. At the back of the house, you'll see a red stone. That was the one that was of concern.
And Jeff Stoughton and Jonathan Meade talk about the weight, and Jeff did put his listening ears on, brought the weight down. You can't see at the back. There is a back 12-foot rock, and it does count the deuce for the skin.
Kevin Martin kicked it out because they couldn't measure to see if it was 2. Kevin said, it's your skin, go ahead. The gentleman's rules of curling. Winner will move on to face the young Tom Brewster team of Perth, Scotland. It should be a good one. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, right here on Rogers Sportsnet.
You're watching Rogers Sportsnet and the M&M Meat Shop Skids. Brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. Kenpar, the perfect delivery. ING Direct, save your money. JBC, the perfect experience. tournament sports. What's your team wearing? And by Tim Hortons, wishing you a safe and happy holiday season.
Bench and Ben Hor, weeknights at 6:30 on Sportsnet News.
At M&M Meat Shops, we wanted our name to reflect more of what we offer.
Hello, M&M Meat, and hundreds of mouth-watering complete meals you can prepare quickly and easily to please the whole family shops. Can I help you?
But then again, why not just show you? All your party foods and complete holiday meals, like stuffed turkey breast with farm vegetable blend. And decadent desserts, like chocolate caramel pecan cheesecake. M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
Thank you very much. Dear but John, oh, his poor family, left with nothing. I don't know what I'd do if something happened to Mark. With our bills, we're just getting by. You don't have life insurance? We used to think that way. Then we found Guaranteed Life Plus from AIG Assurance. It's life insurance for people 40 to 75. What's the catch? None. There's no medical. Everyone is accepted. You deal directly with AIG Assurance, so no salesperson will visit.
Premiums start as low as $20 a month, guaranteed never to increase. In case of accidental death, your beneficiary receives 5 times your coverage, tax-free.
If you can afford one of these every day, you can afford Guaranteed Life Plus.
Call AIG Assurance toll-free at 1-877-789-0724 for your free information kit. Ask for extension 183. Protect your family. Call now.
Shop's $100,000 skins game. A look at downtown Toronto. Trip down Yonge Street. You hang a left, you go west to St. George's Golf and Country Club. And the location for the skins game. And look at this. We got a fan on hand. The best of the season to you. Kevin Martin leading Jeff Stoughton by $1,500, moving into the 5th end of the West semifinal. That's enthusiasm. That's what that is. Nice to see. Ready to go for end number 5, worth $1,800.
Well, we now have both teams on the board. They both chalked so far and got some cash. And Stoughton with a, kind of the junior deuce in that last end. Wasn't a very tough last shot to get the deuce. He had one in the back ring.
Where are we going?
But he's got to feel good at finally being on the board, not getting shut out.
Whoa. Get to the center line, please. Don't hit it, Kevin. Don't hit it. Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Don Bartlett with a fine game so far.
Well, this is where I think the game really starts to come on. The first 4 ends are all about, getting into the game, and now it's all the money, it's all the thinking, it's all the throwing, all the sweeping. Everything counts.
And look at this play. Here's Martin with the hammer in this end. And, you'd think he'd throw a corner guard, or at least a couple feet off the center. He goes right with the center guard.
And as you mentioned, Marilyn, it starts to get interesting because the cash changes considerably. This end, $1,800, then it moves into $2,050 for the 6th, and then $2,650 and $4,000 for the final 2 ends. $15,000 of total prize money in the semifinal.
Got a curl. Has to finish.
But I find that so interesting. Yep. Martin throwing that center guard when he has last stone. That's totally against the conventional strategy of curling.
It's good.
Ready for another edition of Rock Talk. Pleased to be joined by Jeff Stoughton. And Jeff, is this game pretty much gone as you might expect in a skins game with Kevin Martin?
Pretty much, yeah. But Kevin's got to stop hitting the button on us.
Well, you got on the board with your skin. Now, what happened in that last end? Did Kevin accidentally kick the rock, or he knew you had the skin?
No. We had the second rock. He just kicked it off because he finally missed a draw on his last one, so that was kind of nice.
Are you a little surprised at his strategy he's throwing a center guard here when he has last stone?
No, I mean, in Skin's game, corner guards are pretty well useless, so you may as well leave guards along the center line area just in order to play. I mean, corner guards, you don't see much winning in the edge of the 8-foot, full 12-foot anymore, so he needs to have center line guards so he can run them back later in the end.
Yep. Yep. Yep, line.
Hard.
Hard line. Hard line.
Hard, guys.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going, guys.
Gary
Okay.
Vandenberg squeaking by the front.
Oh, Nelly.
Very nice wait for the tap.
Oh, Kevin.
Okay, Gary.
Jeff, yesterday we saw you and the newest member of the Stoughton fan club, Miss Elizabeth.
Top eight's
But
good.
there are two other members that you want to say hello to.
Yeah, there's Riley and Cole at home right now, hopefully cheering us on the TV. And, you know, Gary's got two at home as well, Kendra and Tyler. And Steve's got Nathan, and John's got Sophie, so we got a whole crew. But, you know, we've certainly enjoyed all the family support this year. And we've only had one or two events where there hasn't been a family member come out and cheer us on, so it's pretty exciting.
You guys have had a great season.
We've had a great season. I mean, I've only played 5 events, but the guys have played 7 and been in 4 or 5 finals, so it's just been a fabulous season.
Yeah, good shot by Carter Rycroft as he welds that one on the out turn. Shot stone.
And that was Elizabeth, the newest addition that you saw. Well, Jeff was giving kudos to the family members.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, you can.
Line's real good.
It's getting better.
Line's real
Oh,
good.
no. Tanjaroo. Bumping it here.
Getting good.
Tanjaroo.
Yep. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa,
No
whoa.
bout. Good. That's very nice.
That's good.
Jeff, your game against Furby earlier this morning, when you looked at that rock in the 7th end, how close was that whole thing? I mean, you must have had a huge sigh of relief there.
Well, we thought it had over-curled. I mean, a quarter-inch more over-curl, and he misses, quarter-inch less curl, and he makes the shot. So, you know, it's a tough situation. You leave a guy to win the game or lose the game on one shot, but, you know, triple raise, 5 feet between them, we'll leave most guys that all the time.
But you had carryover after carryover after carryover, putting the pressure right on.
Yeah, it was a great game. I mean, there were so many great shots made. It was unbelievable. So, you know, we're looking forward to finishing this one off as well.
Yep. Quick. Hard. Hard. Whoa, whoa.
That was the perfect shot, just the wrong rock.
Worked out pretty good for him. That worked pretty good for him.
Perfect weight, just tapped up the Stoughton stone instead.
I thought you were trying to raise the other yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Line's pretty good. We got room. Gotta go. Got room. Got a curl, ton. Getting better. Stay with it.
Going good.
The line. No, gotta go. Hard. Just for weight. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Guys, get it right in there. Good, good. Good shot.
Bye, Johnny.
On the World Curling Tour this year, 7 events, 7 qualified, and Jeff Stoughton at 42-8.
And obviously a big win this year in Ottawa, and also the final in our last Masters.
Yeah, we've had a good run this year. We started out, my first event was out in New West, and we won that spiel after the guys had won in Brandon with Glenn Howard. So, you know, hopefully we can continue the year on and get into a bunch of finals, and that's the whole idea.
And, of course, this year you've also got the Manitoba Playdowns you've got to concern yourselves with.
Yeah, we've got our one shot, and that's our zone playdowns. I think they start around the 12th of January, and, you know, we'll get a chance to get back to the provincials there.
Well, you're out of the Charleswood Club?
Charleswood Curling Club, yeah.
Now, as this game progresses, it's going to start to get more and more expensive each and every end. Jeff, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
I don't know.
That one hit, Kevin. Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes you just give a little too much credit.
This end really sitting very nicely for Jeff Stoughton right now.
Are we laying 1 or 2, Jeff?
We're laying 2.
Okay, good. So I just don't want to be heavy here.
I think they were concerned where the rocks were bouncing and how many rocks hit the sideboards on this
Stoughton
shot.
says that this one actually rolled over and touched the board, so they took it out of play. And one more good draw here, and they'll be counting 3.
Real 3, just a hair more.
Room.
Oh, it's a mile out there, too.
This really has to finish up an awful lot. You might just leave it for a guard.
Oh, no. Don't. It's got to curl, you guys. It's got to curl.
Perfect weight if it would just curl. And if that had curled about another 8 inches, it would throws right into the hole.
Ed, Manitoba very supportive of the Grand Slam Tour when you've got Jeff Stoughton, Kerry Burnick, Vic Peters, you've got the Liburns. Now they're all going back into the provincials.
Weight was good.
Does that ever muddy the water now in the provincials, doesn't it?
It's back to being one tough province to win, no doubt about it. And you know, there's a lot of other teams that challenge too, you know, up-and-coming teams in Manitoba. So it's really up for grabs, but there's a lot of talent there.
Just roll a bit. Or board, even? What?
Well, I'm just looking at the freeze, actually.
Oh, okay.
The intern bump isn't bad, too, but I kind of like the intern, actually. Because right now, they've kind of got us on this side of the sheet. There's nothing we can do. So if you play this with board weight, hit it into here, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now we got a shot. Okay?
What do you want?
Board weight, knock this into here. Into the middle, anywhere, as long as we stick it.
Martin in all sorts of trouble here, but it looks like he has a way to get out of it, should Walchuk make a good raise.
Kevin first thought about the freeze, Ed, and then...
Well, I think he's, decided that he's got to move something here.
What are you trying to find, the good side?
That's what he needs for Christmas, a new broom.
A little more, probably.
Drives me wild,
Well,
Donnie.
it's that old broom with the leather in it, and you'd think he'd at least cut the leather out of it and throw it away.
No.
Whoa! Wow! Hart! Wow!
Needs to finish up.
Nice shot.
Whoa, Carter. Oh.
Didn't quite hit the way they wanted, but it sure did work out good.
Down the
And in one shot now, it's all of a sudden, advantage to Martin rather than Stoughton.
Don Walchuk on all fours knows that he can afford just a curl 2 more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that then plan B?
Popping off of there.
Which worked out quite well.
Rob, good plan B.
Roll right to there would be good. Even if you bump it a bit, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And skins it's plan S, because there's so many different options.
Oh, sorry. All right. Made of glass.
Stoughton showed that shot very good to us. He's playing the hit and roll right there.
What do you want?
3 bells.
And dual purpose shot here. He could get rid of the one yellow and spin it off the red at the back and roll his shooter right to the center line. Don't believe he'll be overthrowing this. He wants to play, a little bit of down weight to get some finish.
Just looking a little springier in the hack.
Well, he's got to be well above his 29% from before now. He's got to be way up in the 30s or 40s.
Real hard!
This really took off on him.
Oh, Christ.
And he gets air.
Ooh, swing and a miss.
The silent takeout.
Back here.
Swoosh time.
Yeah, knock it out even.
Yeah.
Now, it's tough to say if he was just inside that or if he was down weight or if that happened to hit just a little bit of a flat spot in the ice. And you can get some flat spots on the ice. When the players throw, they have to be very careful they don't rest their knee or their hand or their arm on the ice after the throw as they're watching their shot, because that can quickly melt a certain surface and flatten it out, and the rock goes over it and takes off.
Melts the pebble in one spot.
Beautiful stones, these. Gray Trevor, belonging to Shorty Jenkins.
Backline.
Very well matched stones.
Clean.
Yep. Haven't seen the players talk about any stone being a little bit off and weight.
Clean. Off. We want nose. Off.
Where will the shooter finish?
Right off.
Okay. Well, pretty good. Even if Stoughton draws in there now or plays the double, Martin is going to have a shot for the skin.
No, you pretty much got to get. What are your options, though?
Draw here.
Here. It's 2 feet.
Okay. Well, let's try it then.
Feel? And even if you clunk it to here.
It makes it a little bit tougher. Like feel?
Yeah. It's hard to hit it too thick.
Yeah.
A way bigger weight here from Stoughton this time, is still looking for the inside roll. And there were really no good options. He could bury to the button, but then Martin would have pretty well an automatic angle raise.
See how Jeff throws this rock. Positive.
Well.
Jonathan Meade said you can't hit it too thick.
One muscles the other yellow and nestles in behind the yellow.
Yeah, a bit of a bad break in the fact that he's right in behind perfectly.
Well, Jeff Stoughton knew when he released this rock that he was going to leave Kevin Martin in a position to do anything he really wanted. So we're cutting our losses here, Jeff. Great shot.
Be a good shot if there were some guards in that area.
Makes the double and the shooter sticks around. Kevin Martin needs to eliminate that red, score his 2, and move on, taking the $1,800 skin.
Amazingly enough, you know something that hasn't happened in this game yet? Kevin Martin hasn't thrown a fast weight shot, like a hard weight shot. Everything he's played has been soft weight and draw, and that's very uncharacteristic of Martin. Really the king of the hard one.
Well, his strategy in calling his game, Carter Rycroft hasn't had any
Really
hits,
hard. Really hard, guys.
Clean.
Sweepers did a really good job of straightening it up at the halfway pole.
Roll it here. Good enough.
He got it.
Good enough for 2. The deuce is worth $1,800, and now Kevin Martin with $4,800. Stoughton with $1,500 after 5 ends.
Dad, not till 7:30. Go back to bed.
Tim Hortons coffee lovers can't wait to open our collector mug, just $8.95 with 1 packet of Tim Hortons coffee. Or the collector canister, just $9.95 with 5 packets.
JVC, the perfect experience.
You need your savings to grow, but what can you rely on? The markets? Up and down. Other banks? They've never paid enough interest, so what do? Over 500,000 Canadians rely on their own common sense. The ING Direct Investment Savings Account pays higher interest, always will, so your savings only grow, no matter what happens out there. Call 1-800-ING Direct and save your money.
take your order?
I'll have a large double-double, please.
Dad, let me pay. No, Dad, don't open it now.
You need your savings to grow, but what can you rely on? The markets? Up and down. Other banks? They've never paid enough interest, so what do? Over 500,000 Canadians rely on their own common sense. The ING Direct Investment Savings Account pays higher interest, always will, so your savings only grow, no matter what happens out there. Call 1-800-ING Direct and save your money.
Final weekend of 2003 has been gorgeous in Toronto and Southern Ontario. You know, it makes you think maybe golf would be a good idea. One of the nicest golf courses you can find is right across the street from the curling facility in the clubhouse at St. George's Golf and Country Club, ranked #1 golf course in Canada, 2003 Score magazine. It was designed by Stanley Thompson, one of North America's most renowned golf architects. It has hosted a PGA Seniors Tour event, a number of great events. It is a terrific facility, and the members should be very proud of having it right in downtown Toronto and in the greater Toronto area. Into the sixth end, and now the cash starts to build up, $2,050. Right now, Kevin Martin with $4,800, 15 for Jeff Stoughton.
And characteristically, as we've seen in all the ends, Bartlett with that halfway between the hog line and house guard. And just doing a little bit of quick math here, Kevin Martin is in the lead here now. He's going to need ends 6, 7, 2 out of 6, 7, and 8. And Stoughton's definitely going to need end 8, which is now worth $4,000. And he's going to need at least one of the others. So Stoughton under the gun.
Yep. Hard, guys. Hard.
In my mind right now, it's all about jockeying who's going to get the hammer coming home. And we know Kevin Martin will give up his skin, give up the dough to get that hammer coming home. We've seen it so many times.
Martin really tries to position for that last end, no doubt about that. And we've seen him every end here now play two up front.
And trying to set it the end up. We want to say a quick hello to June Savard, who lives in South Porcupine, Ontario. Was a curler at the Dome Miners Curling Club and watches every curling event on television. Her cousin Jeanette Kello from Kitchener says hello, and we know that June is watching another great curling event, and this skins competition has been that. Some fine shot making.
Yep. Wait for it.
We could see some different strategy here between the two teams. Martin being in the lead, I think that he should basically go out and gamble every end, because if he can win 2 out of the next 3 gambles, he's over the top. And into the final for Stoughton. Stoughton might even look for carryovers and try and take it all down to one big end on the 8th end with all the money resting there.
Well, you really like that gamble situation coming these ends, don't you, Ed?
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of, obviously I think at this point in time you like to be in the lead so you can do a lot of gambling. But we saw last night, Glenn Howard was, he just needed one of the last 2 ends, and Brewster took it to a carryover an 8 and then won it on a draw.
There we go.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
One of the rare misses out of Steve Gould.
Very long guard. Here.
Is there something on that rock? Does he want?
I don't know what happened there. Weird. I see a scrape up there. You see it? Top of the M. Top of the M.
Carter in turn, long guard covering up that stone.
On the line.
Which is in top 4
Pretty
foot.
good. You can get to a boat here.
Yeah, that's what word it is.
So it needs to curl. Needs to curl.
A little further than that.
Oh, then. Oh. That's good. Nice spot. Shot. Yeah, that's...
Well, repair work being done by Jeff Stoughton. That could be where it scraped on Steve Gould's shot. Let's take a look at our Canpar Perfect Delivery. We're going to use Carter Rycroft as an example. A very nice slide delivery.
And he really has a perfect position for his sliding foot, right in getting behind the center of the stone. And I'd say he's right-eyed. It looked like he's got his right eye right in behind the center of the stone. You know, each player usually has a dominant aiming eye.
To me, it's all in the release.
Just for line, Jeff.
Beautiful soft release by Carter.
Whoa. Beauty, Jerry. Good shot.
Nice.
Nice result for Gary Vandenberg.
Kevin Martin asking for the alternate. Would like to keep this one up top 8 foot and be able to play an angle raise with it, with either Walchuk or himself.
Hard line. Wyatt.
And you certainly can't get the inside release going on this ice, because if you do, you get a lot of early curl.
Hard line.
Sweepers usually can't hold the line.
Hard line. Top ring. Hard, guys. Come on. Go. Hard. Hard. We can't rack. Hard. Come on, guys.
Got to get by the second one as well.
Carter urging on Don Walchuk, and I've had it for the day.
Heel.
There's only so many sweeps in that brush.
Yep. Whoa.
Gary throwing very, very well. Tracking real nicely in behind the stone.
Makes the double.
Well, for Martin, it's a good thing there's some guards out in front that he can draw behind or raise back.
Hi, Kendra and Tyler.
Shot, Gary.
Well, Gary didn't have a crisp game this morning, but he's certainly making up for his lead, Steve Gould, and likes this result. Great double by Gary.
Well, Gary was only 73% this morning, but has really picked it up in this game. And, you know, if Stoughton goes on to win this game, he'll have to play 3 back-to-back games today, although they're only 8-in games, and, you know, that will only be like 24 ins, but it's still a lot of curling.
We're still out in the ice there for 3 hours.
Bit of a heater coming from Don Walchuk.
Hard.
Just misses the second one.
Walchuk didn't get the perfect angle that he wanted.
Had to curl up a bit.
Well, you heard Don Walchuk. He knew it just had to curl up again. And he didn't make any noise that whole way down, because he knew where it was going.
Sorry, Johnny, that's a pretty good one, isn't it?
This is really sitting good now for Jeff Stoughton, because it's really turned into a bit of a corner guard game now. And, you know, Martin would really like the center guard game so he can get in behind either way. In or out turn. Smooth sliding Jonathan Meade with a tuck.
Line's good.
Slide.
Room right now.
Pretty good on the interval back line. The first
Stay with
card,
it.
3.89.
Still got room, guys. Still got room. Still got room. Still got room. Ooh.
And that interval's for butt and weight.
Yep. Yep.
And that looks like about what Jonathan has.
Don't want this to over curl.
Well, Martin's in trouble.
Just here.
But it is amazing what great escape artists these guys are. They can be in all sorts of trouble
Through the house.
Turn it around quickly.
Huh? No. I need my...
Don Walchuk wants to make sure what he's throwing.
Well, I don't mind.
I just don't know if it'll...
I don't mind staying there either.
Oh, yeah, I like... Let's get another one in play anyway.
Yeah.
Don't want to roll out. Through the house.
Through then. Well, then let's throw just back in.
Walchuk with that broom ball shoe he uses for grip coming out of the hack.
Yeah.
Whoa, Never.
Might have oversailed this one.
Well,
back one.
No.
And it just nudges the back red. The weight kept
back line.
straight all the way. Too much weight for it to curl. St. George's Golf and Country Club, the location for the 2003 M&M Meat Shops $100,000 skins game. West semifinal into end number 6. It's an 8-end game. This end worth $2,050 as John Meade, the third for Jeff Stoughton's team, delivers. Kevin Martin with $4,800. Jeff Stoughton with $1,500 in an 8. Semifinal worth $15,000 total and a right to go to the championship against Tom Brewster of Scotland.
Got to finish up. Meade trying to just zero-ox his first stone and draw right on top of his 2 counters.
Bounce a bit. Bounce a bit.
Just when you think one team's got the momentum, it starts to swing over, and the next rock, it swings back.
Let it through here, Les? No?
No.
No? Do the same?
It's good, John.
Yeah, it's the rock is, I think that first rock maybe just curls a hair better, eh?
What's that?
The first one maybe curls a little better.
Yeah.
You think?
Maybe, eh? Yeah, I do think.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, pretty much, eh? Okay.
You hit 3/4 of it. You can't get them all in a roll?
I don't really know what else we've got.
Yeah, too long. You can tap
Really,
it out.
no triple there for Martin, because if he hits this one and catches the top one, it goes by that one.
Probably not.
Still leaves
Pretty
Stoughton.
steep, like, I don't know. We get 2, but not
counting
3.
1 and drawing for 2.
Wow, I'm just...
Well, I said Martin hadn't thrown a high hard one yet, and there could be just a little bit of heat on this one.
Yep. Hurt. Real hard. Hurt. Whoa. Whoa. Hurt. Hurt. Whoa. The heater turns into a double.
Great throw. 5.84 seconds. Hog the hog on that one.
Yeah. Hit it as good as you could, I thought. I put the front one.
There's the heater. You're right. 5.4. Donnie Bartland's got to move his feet to get out of the way.
I don't think we get a triple anyways.
We're still in glue here.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Missed 3 in a row.
As Martin would like to describe it, it was an ugly end so far by his boys, and they just haven't been able to, put all the good shots
you guys
together.
keep dropping those out of your pockets.
Jeff Stoughton doing a little housekeeping as he slides back down to the hack. Keep picking up debris, and he looked at Gary Vandenberg and said, you guys keep dropping this out of your pocket.
Well, you know what really works well? It's, dance wax. If you ever happen to drop any of that on the ice, the rock doesn't go anywhere when it hits that.
Ah, that's why you had this success. You're not advocating that, are you, Mr.
No,
Luke?
sir.
Jeff Stoughton knows that this rock is half open. Doesn't want to leave that for Kevin Martin.
Pass that other one, I'm thinking, Johnny. Yep.
Okay, easy.
Go past it.
Got to be in the house, John.
Yeah. If you're in, go.
Yep. No. Whoa.
Only if you're in. Whoa. That's fine.
That didn't turn out too bad. No, in the curling club I grew up in Spears in the summer, in the off-season, they used to use it they used to put plywood down and have dances there and throw down dance wax. Well, somebody threw some on the curling ice in the winter, and of course, we tried to see if you could throw a rock through it, you could not. So, it was definitely a big deterrent.
We've heard it all now, Rob.
Did you have barn raising too when you were a kid?
Freeze. Try and
Can't get to a freeze.
No freeze.
Oh, I believe they've got a skin in the pocket. Well, make sure we stick.
Yeah, just stick and make them have to do something.
The skin he's talking about is worth $2,050.
Got nothing. Nothing.
Nothing to wear.
Well, the only thing we could play is a thin double. How about the thin double?
Thin double?
Well, we're giving him 2. You know what I mean? With what we're playing is basically just giving him 2. If I make the double, at least he doesn't get 2.
I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, out turn.
Out turn double.
Well, it's this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You-
Well, I can see, look.
I don't think it's there.
It is so thin.
Everybody
You have
laughing
to
about
just
it.
hair it.
3/4 of the team agrees on it.
Isn't it?
I think if you do that
I
and
know
get a
it's
piece
thin,
of that,
but-
it's not going to go out.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
Okay. I'll just play to miss it. Okay.
Well, I don't know. Like, if I hit in the back one, he's going to get 2. Like, it's a waste of time.
I agree with Kevin Martin on that shot. I like
whatever,
his
if you wanna
thinking
play it,
here.
it's fine.
I mean, he's playing for his
Well,
skin.
it's the only way we're not
You
giving
gotta
up, too.
play it.
I know it's tough,
Yeah.
but what do you do? Okay.
And there is too much curl to be able to get either way. There's 2 guards out in front, one on the left and one on the right. And there's too much curl to be able to freeze down with the back stone. You can't get there.
This is like that, Al Hackner shot.
Yeah.
Run back's pretty tough.
He can barely see this rock. Yeah, in '85, Hackner made one to beat Ryan on the 10th end and tie it up in the Brier final, and then Hackner stole the 11th end.
We know that Kevin Martin's throwing this rock, but let's see if we can see a deja vu from the Hackner days.
Whoa, whoa.
Dead.
He's clipping the guard. Is he coming through?
Guard and...
Oh.
They played the bank shot to win. Stoughton doesn't have to throw his final stone. They'll take the skin. And still, reason to smile, but the big money is yet to come in 7 and 8. As the skins money is starting to tighten up after 6.
Get in, guys.
Bank boy.
At M&M Meat Shops, we wanted our name to reflect more of what we offer.
Hello, M&M Meat, and hundreds of mouth-watering complete meals you can prepare quickly and easily to please the whole family shops. Can I help you?
But then again, why not just show you? All your party foods and complete holiday meals, like stuffed turkey breast with farm vegetable blend. And decadent desserts, like chocolate caramel pecan cheesecake. M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
Here's Gordon Pape on the Canadian Home Income Plan Reverse Mortgage.
It can make more sense to use a reverse mortgage to access money rather than selling another type of investment, such as bonds or stocks.
We can capitalize on the equity that we have in the house for a long time to come.
When you take money out of a RIF, it's taxable at your regular rate. But the payment you get from a reverse mortgage is tax-free.
Tailor-made for seniors, a Canadian Home Income Plan Reverse Mortgage helps you access $20,000 to $500,000 from your home's equity.
There are no repayments required as long as you or your spouse lives in the home.
To request your reverse mortgage estimate and this free guide, call 1-866-831-7237.
It's an excellent opportunity to put your home equity to work for your retirement today.
For me, it was a wise financial decision.
Call the Canadian Home Income Plan today, 1-866-831-7237.
Canpar meets your everyday needs. Coast to coast, overnight air service, USA southbound, and specialty services. Scheduled everyday pickups with a personal touch. For your small or big business, when you think of package delivery, think Canpar, the package people.
Dad, not till 7:30. Go back to bed.
Tim Hortons coffee lovers can't wait to open our collector mug, just $8.95 with 1 packet of Tim Hortons coffee. Or the collector canister, just $9.95 with 5 packets.
Ball. Ball.
Well, this is how the map has gone to the championship of the M&M Meat Shop Skins. Tom Brewster of Scotland is there, and look at the names he had to knock off to get to the final. First of all, Wayne Madaw, then Glenn Howard in the Eastern semifinal. And for this team from Perth, Scotland, they, I think, have been certainly the surprising squad.
Well, Glenn Howard put his draw to the button, not on the button, in the forefoot, in skins. It's not good enough.
No, and Ron Brewster, the second man, he stays with this one right to the top of the button, and they win the carryover in the 8th in skin to move to the final. They win over Glenn Howard.
That was a $6,650 skin. Gave him $89.50 and the spot in the championship final. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time tonight on Rogers Sportsnet. $33,000 in that championship final, plus a $5,000 bonus to the winner. So a little ka-ching to pay those Christmas bills.
And doing the math on this, the 7th in here actually doesn't mean nothing except spending money, because if Martin wins it, if he wins the 7th in, he'll move to $7,450, and he'll still be $50 short of the magic $7,500 mark to win this game. And Stoughton can't go over with the 7th. They need the 8th in, both these teams.
So do you think the hammer's for sale?
Yeah, I think Martin's going to try and maybe even give this end away.
Yeah, he will.
One expensive hammer at $2,650.
We've seen it with Martin before. He wants that hammer in the last final end to win the big skin. So
that's the price of a hammer in political circles.
So Martin might throw up this initial guard, and then just as soon as Stoughton buries one, we might see Martin just fling his rocks away. But as Walchuk said in the timeout, they talked about it. Walchuk said it's pretty good spending money. Do we just want to give away 2,650?
Kevin Martin was quick to say, "You betcha." Jeff Stoughton hasn't changed his strategy. He's still coming in.
Line slots.
Weight's good.
But if you're Kevin Martin and you definitely want to give away this skin, you got to let Stoughton build it up a little bit, because if you just start throwing your rocks away, Stoughton might just peel his own stones out and say, "Well, Kevin, you know, you lose the carryover."
Shot.
Nice. Ooh, that's a lot of rotation. Holy smokes, I'm dizzy.
So Martin wants to be sure and set up Stoughton for the steal.
And the numbers brought to you by Tim Hortons. The leads, 83% for Steve Gould, 96% for Don Bartlett.
T-line.
And between those two men, only one hit through 6 ends.
Well, an interesting play by Martin here. He's playing one into the rings to the side. And we just talked about that if he threw it through, then Stoughton might peel out his own stones. Well, Stoughton probably won't do that if Martin has a counter on the side, and then he could draw for 2. So, interesting play.
Well, Jeff knows what he's up to, that's for sure.
Very much, but
yeah, I think we're far from over with this end. There could be some hijinks stuff going on along the way.
Line's real good.
T
flat. Clean.
No.
And I don't think Martin wants to throw one anywhere near the front ring, because who knows, Stoughton might just tap him in for shot on purpose.
Oh, Nelly.
Give him the skin, and then Stoughton would have the hammer in the 8th end.
There goes the rock through the house. They both had their plan. They're not giving it up. They're just both going to do it. What they need to do here.
Well, there is a guard way out front belonging to Martin. Stoughton could tap that rock up and try and get it to the button.
You can hear the whispers going on with the audience here.
Want to just kick him down?
Why don't we just kick her off down there?
Oh, we can't do that.
Well, I don't know.
Don, you want to just kick him down? Go to the next one?
Yeah.
Well, you've seen it all.
Well,
they can do it if they want.
Oh, we got to play. We got to play. We got it. We're waiting to throw a quad in the end. No, eventually. We can't give you 8. I want to get an 8-ender.
8-ender still goes down as a skin.
Well, there's a difference between the two teams. You know, we talked about when they played their first big match, really, against each other in '96 in the Brier final, and Stoughton stole that game. So Stoughton's really not afraid of stealing. He kind of is quite comfortable with that. Martin is much more comfortable not doing the steal, but going for 2 with the hammer.
Yep. Keep going.
okay.
Through 6 ends, the second numbers. Gary Vandenberg at 94%, having a great game. Peter Rycroft, 79%.
And they won't let him hit. Martin's just had him drawing every time, positioning stones. I don't think I've ever seen a game where Rycroft has not thrown a single hit here. He is playing a lightweight tap on a back stone here.
That's good. Well, that's good.
It's on the front rock here. This is just mind-boggling for everyone that's watching. The audience is
pretty soft.
Questioning everything. It's really amazing how Martin thinks the game.
Well, the hammer is important because 48% of the skins have been won with the hammer, 30% with the steel, and 10 carryovers. That is why Kevin Martin is willing to let the Stoughton team have a $2,650 gift.
And 2 of the skins have also been won by draw-offs, and that happened when Brewster beat Howard last night in the draw. Now, there's really nothing here that Stoughton can raise up that belongs to Martin.
For all the other shots he missed.
Well, Jonathan Meade apologizing, hitting and rolling out. There goes their 8-ender.
Yeah. Well, you know what Stoughton could do to make this interesting? He could, you know, he's got 3 rocks left. He could start peeling his own out now because they're wide open. I wonder what Martin would do if that started to happen.
Kids probably a curler thinking I'm an idiot.
No, Kevin, we don't. We've seen you do this too many times.
Well, I'd really like to see Stoughton start to peel out his own stones. I think this would really, you know, really put the pressure on Martin.
Nice to be in the paint.
Okay, that could be 3rd shot stone. So Stoughton could peel out 2 of his own and right now and force Martin to count.
Exactly. That's, you know, could Jeff even think, well, let's all just clear the house?
I'm surprised he's not doing it.
Kevin Martin's already got the 8th end all planned. I knew that right from the very start.
Well, I think Stoughton should have tried something different here in these last few shots just to play with the mind of Kevin Martin. Now, on the other hand, Jeff might have a real good place somewhere for this $2,600 at home. You know, maybe he's already got it spent.
No, I mean, really.
Well,
this really goes against my grain. I'm having a hard time here, you know, trying to say that Kevin Martin doesn't want this skin. He's going to give money away here.
I'd like to see Stoughton throw the quad now and take all his own out. And force Martin to count that 1 rock and
whatever you want to do.
Lose the hammer.
The 3rd numbers, Don Walchuk at 79% and 85% for John Meade.
Yeah, Don's been lower, but he's made some pretty big shots. He's made 2 angle raises in this game that really counted big time.
And by the way, our statistician is Hugh McCarroll,
85.
related to Graham McCarroll, and takes issue with your scoring criticism earlier.
Well, Hugh taught Graham everything he knows about the game of curling.
That's a pretty good teacher.
And I wonder how he's scoring this end.
Yeah, there is Hugh McCarroll. He's put his pencil down. He doesn't want to be. His hands are washed of it.
Yep. Because it has been one weird end.
Good.
One mind-boggling skins end.
Yeah, and it was discussed though by Kevin Martin and his team, and John Walsh says, "We're just going to give him the money." Kevin says, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Well, he has done this a lot of times in Skins' game, and he said to me before the game, he said, it's never, ever backfired. Well, we'll find out today.
Should be full keen.
I'd love to know what's going on in the mind of Jeff Stoughton's.
Well, there's only been 1 steal surrendered by Kevin Martin, and that was Glenn Despins in the 7th end of the West quarterfinal to set up the hammer in the 8th.
His choice to give it away again.
Well, we said in the opening that Jeff Stoughton is perhaps the best player in the world at handling the high, hard-throwing teams, and Stoughton doesn't seem at all concerned about the fact that he's going to have to steal this game now.
Hope so. God,
now they're going to try it. No. No.
Skip numbers right now. Jeff Stoughton was in the 20s. He's bumped his average to 48%, 84 for Kevin Martin.
Well, I would suggest that Stoughton, for him to win this thing now, he's going to have to get over that 50% mark. He's going to have to make his last two shots an 8.
Middle here?
To have a chance to win. But it's amazing you can play that low a percentage in a skins game and still be in it.
Sure. Okay, they're going to dress this one up, ladies and gentlemen.
How many times have we seen that 360?
The spinorama.
Yeah. First scene in the curling tour in '98.
My daughter thanks you.
Shot. Yeah. Kicked it off.
For all the kids at home, don't try this in your own curling rink.
And then they kicked it off to give them the score. Well, a steal is what Martin gives the Stoughton team. So a gift of $26.50, which sets up the 8th end, and the winner will be declared in the West Semifinal.
It's going to be interesting.
Stay tuned. It's going to be fun.
I expected like a Newfoundland game where they both.
At M&M Meat Shops, we wanted our name to reflect more of what we offer.
Hello, M&M Meat, and hundreds of mouth-watering complete meals you can prepare quickly and easily to please the whole family shops. Can I help you?
But then again, why not just show you? All your party foods and complete holiday meals, like stuffed turkey breast with farm vegetable blend. And decadent desserts, like chocolate caramel pecan cheesecake. M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
The perfect experience.
You need your savings to grow, but what can you rely on? The markets? Up and down. Other banks? They've never paid enough interest, so what do? Over 500,000 Canadians rely on their own common sense. The ING Direct Investment Savings Account pays higher interest, always will, so your savings only grow, no matter what happens out there. Call 1-800-ING-DIRECT and save your money.
What you wanted this Christmas, what you got. Wanted, got. Wanted, got.
Didn't get what you wanted this Christmas? Then get to Future Shop's Boxing Week sale. Practically everything is on sale. All TVs, home theater, audio, and video on sale. All digital cameras and camcorders on sale. All computers, notebooks, and LCD monitors on sale. And get 10% off, plus 12 months, no payments, no interest on all major appliances. Shop in-store or online for these great deals. Future Shop. Come see what your future has in store.
Tom Brewster of Scotland is waiting for somebody to play in the championship of the M&M Meat Shop Skins. Kevin Martin and Jeff Stoughton in the West semifinal. And boy, it has turned into an interesting final, but the championship will be decided tonight. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time on Rogers Sportsnet. $33,000 available, plus a $5,000 bonus to the winner. And to keep yourself limber between ends, you know what they do? Well, you jump into the conga line. There's Don Walchuk. And Carter Rycroft also grabs on. There we go. Kevin Martin gave Jeff Stoughton's team a $2,650 holiday gift. But now, with $4,000 on the line, it gets serious all over again, as this will determine who goes to the championship.
And Stoughton will go for the steal all the way, putting up a center guard. And, of course, if the skin isn't won here, it'll go to a draw between the two skips. What I kind of find tough about that concept of Martin giving away the money there is that actually it puts you behind the game, you know, so all of a sudden you're trailing mentally, but that doesn't seem to bother him. He just knows that the last end is where the marbles lay, and so...
I just don't think he even looks at it that way, Ed. I get the feeling that he never thinks that he's trailing. Yeah. He's now got control. He knows it's a $4,000 skin. I need to count two and take home the money.
We have to remember this is a skins game. It doesn't go by who's heading who. It's the amount of money that you have to win in the end.
It's game number 8.
That's right.
Well, we talked a lot of times about how Martin just sees things so differently, and this has always been the way he's played it. And it's unbelievable how he always seems to have that hammer in the 7th end.
And give it up.
Give it up.
And yes, good sweeping by the skip, he'll say, to help drag that rock over.
Good coast-to-coast sweeping there by Walchik and Carter.
This is hurting Donnie W.
Yeah. He has a quota of sweeping, and he was past that early.
Yeah, he swept a lot of rocks during his days of playing lead and second.
Same number, eh?
Third's a little easier. You only have to sweep 4 of them.
Line's good. Line's real good.
Whereas when you're playing front end, you know, especially lead, it's, throw 2, sweep 6, be quiet, all those things,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep.
Good.
Okay.
Well, sweeping keeps the heart rate up, but my heart rate's up on this skins game because we know what's going to happen in the end here. And if Kevin Martin has a shot, he's going to make it.
Well, it's all about positioning and setting it up for what could be, a big final last shot.
Yep.
Bartlett really low in that slide and stretched out.
Close. My jackknife here.
They didn't even have a discussion between the ends here. It's textbook. They know exactly what they have to do.
Nice shot.
There's no hesitation.
And he keeps both stones in play.
Looking at the game story, right now, Jeff Stoughton leads with $6,200. Martin with $4,800. Jeff Stoughton, though, is only curling 48%, and Kevin Martin gave up a 7th end skin worth $2,650 to own the hammer in the 8th end. Take a look at the team percentages and hits and draws.
Way out. Switch. Way out. Whoa, Steve.
As we've said many times on our skins broadcast, it's 8 mini games, it's strategy, and the strategy right now for Kevin Martin was to make sure he had the hammer in the 8th and the big money skin.
Go. Okay.
Nice.
We heard Kevin talking in the break there, and he says someday you might see somebody else do the opposite. Like Stoughton could have just actually thrown all of his rocks away in that end, in that 7th end, and said to Kevin, well, you either have to take one or blanket, but either way, then you lose the hammer.
Back 8?
Yeah, something like that.
Bump
Just,
into the back.
Obviously we don't want to bump it to here.
12.
The ice always in the later ends, getting a little straighter.
Whoa.
And sometimes a little stickier in the middle in the sliding path areas. Although we haven't seen much of that this week on this fine Shorty Jenkins ice.
Just picked.
Oh, it picked up something.
Oh, David.
And gives one real wide corner and another corner just off the center line.
That's twice that's happened. We saw that in Glenn Howard last night with Richard Hart throwing a wide open hit, and it picked 6 feet. Very unfortunate.
Take a look at the time remaining. Clocks provided by OES, and you can check out the www.oesinc.com for all your scoreboard and event timing needs.
Line's good.
Line's pretty good. Looks like he's going to curl too much. Whoa.
Whoa, baby.
It's a good spot, Gary.
Okay, Gary, that's fine.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay. It's good.
Could go across the top, too. Actually, that's pretty good. Let's go across the top with it. Okay, feel.
A double here by Carter would all of a sudden turn this into a corner guard game.
Well, maybe one of the first real hits he's thrown all game.
Hard. Hard!
Good shot.
And the center is wide open now, so I'd say that Stoughton has to get a guard back onto the center line.
It's all right. It's good.
Like that?
Sure.
A little surprised here he isn't just throwing it in front of the rings. Get too deep here, and you know, you set up a triple for Walczyk.
Good.
And his broom was inside the 4-foot line, too.
Yeah, they didn't take a whole lot of ice.
Hard line. Hard. Whoa, whoa.
Keep going.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Keep going.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Great example of how far you can carry a rock on this
Good
side.
rush, boys. I had to bounce that a little bit in case he makes it.
Try to make this double. Throw, turn.
Well, I'd really view that stone right here now. That is the trouble stone right now.
Down
And
fine. Huh? Yeah, down
for Martin, they'd like to double that one
What
out.
are we making?
Roll here. I don't think it curls a whole bunch here, Don. I dumped that one a couple ends ago.
No, no way. He always throws them good. Big shot here for Don.
Big shot.
Gotta go.
Oh! He's close.
And he gets it.
The perfect throw, the perfect call.
Kevin Martin knows that he needs this rock in the control zone. Plus, he needs to remove a rock in the back.
I don't think so.
You like
Back
here?
behind the tee line.
Almost got to hit that one
Give
on my
himself
nose.
a shot at his hammer deuce.
Yeah. Then they come here.
Yeah.
Guard's pretty high.
Well, whatever you like.
We leave that top one there, the top, and
What do we just nose it?
Okay. Nose hit's good. Normal.
It's all about control of the front area.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Clean, 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 clean.
Good. Shot.
Oh, what?
Will Martin be concerned with that rock now, or will he make a play in the rings?
I like that. Just board weights lots. Board weight right here.
He couldn't play that in his first shot because he had to take care of business around the 4-foot line, but now he can play the hit and roll. Force
Kinda
something
weight.
for Stoughton to make a decision.
Board weight.
And the question is, who's got who in trouble here?
We don't know yet.
The end's shaping up pretty good for Martin.
A little bigger.
Okay. Yep.
Walczyk hitting
guys.
the
Big key here
roll
is
inside.
he needs to roll, Hanging on that 4-foot line.
It sure cut a lot from the hog line in.
Hit an inside roll. Coming up today on Easton, on Ontario, Home Depot Raptors basketball. Toronto's out west facing the LA Clippers, trying to rebound from the overtime loss to Utah. Today at 3:30 Eastern Time. And today on West and on Pacific, it's the Spengler Cup. Canada against Finland. They started with a win They're trying to charge through. Paul Romanuk will have the play-by-play. The Spengler Cup on West and on Pacific coming up today.
Yeah.
You'll also see Spengler Cup on East and on Ontario later tonight at 11 o'clock.
They just played this spot on the ice with Jonathan Meadstone, so Stoughton will certainly know the ice, but it looks like if he makes this raise, his shooter's going to roll away.
First of the skip stones in the $4,000 eighth end.
I think Kevin Martin would have rather have seen Don Walchuk's rock roll further. Take this shot out of the play.
Hard! 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 Hard!
Beauty.
And he drives the yellow out of play.
Couldn't have made it any better. He's guarding it on the correct side.
Jeff Stoughton really calling hard on this rock. They know how important to keep that control zone right to the very end.
No.
Well, no. See, I'm thinking, of course, running that, right? Oh, and as long as we sit right in the hole.
Well, that's not bad either.
Roll to here.
Oh. Yeah. Roll. Of course, he's going to come around then, right? But that's fine. Or is it?
Well, as long as, I guess there's two choices, right? If we roll about 6 inches, then we're in trouble. Like, we either have to stick it here, then we can't get deuce because our rock's way up here. When we go to raise it, he beats us. I guess the two shots are to make this roll behind or run the guard.
I don't like a chance of getting two if we run the guard.
Run the guard is basically for a draw.
Yeah.
This? Well, as long as we've got a hole, and then the come around's tough because you can over curl easy. Huh? Hit roll. Okay. Hack weight.
Okay. It's not a real easy hole to get through because it's staggered the wrong way for Martin. He has to throw enough weight to make sure that the rock isn't curling a whole bunch at the hog line.
Well, my grandfather had a saying, you make your bed, you lie in it.
Hey?
I like this.
Kevin Martin has to go for this shot because he's played the whole game, especially the 7th end, for this type of skin to win.
He's decided to go with another of his two stones. This one either runs straighter or gives him more curl.
Forward weight.
Oh, yep. Hard.
This will finish.
Hard, guys. Hard all the way. Hard. Quick. 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 Well, quick. Yep. Hard.
He wants to roll.
Hard.
Oh, fantastic sweeping. Beautiful shot, and not very much of it exposed.
Oh, there's a lot of pressure going on here. Kevin Martin didn't really take enough time to throw this rock, and Donnie Bartlett's just yelling at Carter the whole time to sweep it.
Shot gets that.
Shot.
Martin owns shot stone, and he also has the hammer in this all-important 8th end.
Wait, normal here, right?
And he's set up now to win that final skin. Stoughton will play the out-turn Barry.
Let's see if this is the correct ice.
He doesn't really want any more than like top 8-foot weight or top 4 at the most.
But draws have been a problem. You see the 44% on draws today.
It's pretty good.
Plenty of handle on that one. Gave
Line's
it
pretty good. Yep.
a good release.
Wait there, got it.
3-7-3 the interval.
Line's good. Right there.
You have to see where it holds out on the 4-foot line, and it is holding out there.
It has to release from the frost area.
Finish it, Stevie.
Looking good.
Easy.
Yep.
Easy.
Hard. Hard.
Hard, hard,
Yep,
hard!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Fully buried.
Good shot, Jeff. Get on the other side.
It even came out the other side. I don't know why they continued to sweep it. Stoughton was yelling yes.
I didn't turn again.
That was just his nerves.
Sorry, buddy.
Well, it's a good shot. It's a beauty.
A final stone to come in the 8th end for $4,000 and a berth in the championship.
A tough shot for Martin because he has to cut his weight softer on this one, so he's going to have to just barely hair by the long outside guard and then hair the inside guard as well.
And he has to move the red.
And absolutely no hesitation. None.
Eighth end, last rock, $4,000 skin.
Yep. We're holding our breaths.
Hard, hard, really hard, guys. Really hard. Really hard.
Less weight on this one.
Less weight.
Bartlett and Rycroft working hard.
Off, gotta finish.
Did they sweep it straight?
Jesus Christ.
Hard, Don.
Back one.
Gotta bump it.
But he rolled too far.
A carry.
A one.
I thought he was on the guard.
It's a carryover.
It's a carryover.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was tight.
Jesus, just
Didn't run the way your first one did at all.
And it will be a draw to the button to determine the finalist. And the face of Kevin Martin says it all. It ran straight and rolled out. He couldn't count the two. Gets one for the carryover.
I thought it was tight halfway. And I was worried about rack. Yeah.
JVC, the perfect experience.
So where are we going?
Where you go every morning, Dad?
Okay.
Welcome to Tim Hortons. May I take your order?
I'll have a large double-double, please.
Dad, let me pay. No, Dad, don't open it now.
You need your savings to grow, but what can you rely on? The markets? Up and down. Other banks? They've never paid enough interest, so what do? Over 500,000 Canadians rely on their own common sense. The ING Direct Investment Savings Account pays higher interest, always will, so your savings only grow, no matter what happens out there. Call 1-800-ING Direct and save your money.
What you wanted this Christmas, what you got. Wanted, got. Wanted, got.
Didn't get what you wanted this Christmas? Then get to Future Shop's Boxing Week sale. Practically everything is on sale. All TVs, home theater, audio, and video on sale. All digital cameras and camcorders on sale. All computers, notebooks, and LCD monitors on sale. And get 10% off, plus 12 months, no payments, no interest on all major appliances. Shop in-store or online for these great deals. Future Shop. Come see what your future has in store.
A money shot for Kevin Martin, his last rock of the 8th end, brought to you by ING Direct. But would it be for enough money?
Well, one of the toughest, one tough thing to see is when a rock really straightens, the sweep to be able to get off it in time.
We talked about that, and halfway down they think it's on the guard, and Kevin Martin is waiting for this rock to finish. That's exciting curling.
And only the one yellow scores, so the money shot is now carried over to a draw-off. Draw to the button will determine $4,000 skin and the final competitor in the championship.
Both ways.
Tom Brewster waits for the winner.
Yeah. If it curls at all early, we're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Sorry there.
Well, I like the way they've done this. You know, Glenn Howard, when he had the draw last night and there was a big wait, he went down to the far end and he stood there by himself waiting for the... Martin came down here and the team stayed together. They put the broom down and now Kevin's going to go down the ice and do the draw. So he's really kept the team concept in this shot. I think that's a good idea.
He played the theme song to Jeopardy for Final Jeopardy in between the end. And crowd getting a chuckle out of that. Kevin Martin, 91% on his draws today.
He has had just absolutely beautiful draw weight all day long.
Taking the in-turn just like Brewster did last night. I wonder if Jeff Stoughton will take the out-turn like Glenn Howard did.
Interval looks good, 3.78.
They're really going hard on that one right now.
Just for weight now. Just for weight. Put it right on the lid. Come on, guys. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, 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 hard.
Walchuk coming out to help. And this will be into the 4. 3.78 you thought was enough though on the interval.
It actually curled the same way Brewster's did, but Brewster just bit the button. Kevin Martin says it ain't good because we know that buttons win skins, not forefoots.
He really got into the sliding track, the sliding path at the end, and kind of fudged up a bit. Looked like it would slide further than that.
I went across the fudgy stuff a little bit.
And now it's up to Jeff Stoughton. Michelle Gower has made the measure.
Stoughton taking lots of ice on his shot here. And, you know, you get it outside, it tends to really run and stay on the keener ice. You get it inside a little bit, you get onto the sliding track. Rock can fudge up and stop a lot quicker.
Taking that much ice, though, will he throw a little more weight and try to counter that extra that might be out there?
He just played this shot in burying on the last end and pretty well had that button weight.
He knows it.
Jeff Stoughton for the draw to the button and a spot in the final.
Plenty of handle. That should keep it from over curling.
It's curling fast.
Interval very similar to Kevin Martin's 3.77. Look at it come in, and they concede. It will be a $4,000 skin and a berth in the final for Kevin Martin on the draw. He gambled in the 7th, giving away the skin, but needed the draw to earn the ticket to the final. $8,800 the total.
Start spinning.
For Kevin Martin to $6,200 for Jeff Stoughton. Martin moves on. The 3-time champion will be looking for number 4 as he faces Tom Brewster of Scotland in the championship tonight. Jeff Stoughton thought he had the right ice. It took off, and he knew it wasn't going to get there. The championship final, Brewster and Martin. Tonight, we'll talk to Kevin Martin when we return.
At M&M Meat Shops, we wanted our name to reflect more of what we offer.
Hello, M&M Meat, and hundreds of mouth-watering complete meals you can prepare quickly and easily to please the whole family shops. Can I help you?
But then again, why not just show you? All your party foods and complete holiday meals, like stuffed turkey breast with farm vegetable blend. And decadent desserts, like chocolate caramel pecan cheesecake. M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
perfect experience. Canpar meets your everyday needs. Coast to coast, overnight air service, USA southbound, and specialty services. Scheduled everyday pickups with a personal touch. For your small or big business, when you think of package delivery, think Canpar, the package people.
You need your savings to grow, but what can you rely on? The markets? Up and down. Other banks? They've never paid enough interest, so what do? Over 500,000 Canadians rely on their own common sense. The ING Direct Investment Savings Account pays higher interest, always will, so your savings only grow, no matter what happens out there. Call 1-800-ING Direct and save your money.
Toronto, and it's the side of the 2003 M&M Meat Shop's $100,000 skins game. The Western semifinal complete, and it's Kevin Martin who moves on, looking for an opportunity for his 4th skins title, defeating Jeff Stoughton of Manitoba. $8,800 to $6,200. And the game was full of twists and turns. We're joined by Kevin Martin. Kevin, first of all, there are going to be curling fans across this country are going to say to you, are you crazy giving away $26.50 to buy the hammer in the 8th? But it's a philosophy you've always used, isn't it?
Well, it is, and odds say that if you have the hammer coming home, you'll win more than you'll lose in the long run. We should have, obviously, I think Jeff should have made that last draw. You know, he would make that more times than not. But I think overall, if I keep attempting to do that, I think you win more than you lose. That's all.
Well, you sell your soul and you come out on the other end, Kevin. It's just amazing. What a great game. But that last rock of Jeff Stoughton, the split times were good. Something happened to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It must have been on the path on the way out or something. His split time was good. It was the same split time as mine. The outturn side's a hair heavier, so it would have been interesting. They would have gunned it right from pillar to post, same as ours did. It would have been exciting. It would have been very close because the split times were the same. And we let off mine for a couple of feet, and they would have had to gun it end to end. It would have been interesting. It would have been very close.
Well, Kevin, you played the out turn but a lot of times in the game, but there you chose the in turn. Any reason?
Well, I'd thrown a couple out turns, but I threw one in the back 4, and then the next one I took a hair off it and actually only got to top 12. Yeah, but we actually racked. But I just thought the in turn was a little bit more predictable. But.
And you didn't think that the 4-foot was good enough. We all know that Button wins skins in this game.
Well, especially against Jeff Stoughton. You know, he's one of the best draw guys that's ever played. So as soon as it goes just barely top 4, to me it's over. But you know, we got lucky, and that's the way it goes.
But again, in a skins format, as Marilyn and Ed have said many times, it's 8 mini games, and you only have to win the right games to earn those skins to move on.
That's right, and it's you know, that's the fun part about this whole skins game is you just never know until the last rock stops, and I think that's fun.
Well, let's take a look at the standings right now, Kevin, and you with 10 skins have $13,150. Glenn Hauer in second, Tom Brewster with $15,800. And now you match up against this young team from Scotland, which has really surprised a lot of people. First of all, they beat Wayne Middaugh, and then they beat Glenn Howard. How do you tackle a team like this that has really not a lot of skins?
Hopefully you can't say at the end of the game, well, they beat Middaugh, Howard, and Martin. How do we tackle it? Same way, just go after it and hope we make enough shots. But like you say, they're curling awesome, and you know, I think it's great that a European and Scottish team could come over and do that well. I think it's great.
Can you take advantage of them because you've got more skins experience?
I don't know. Glenn Howard's won a lot of skins, and so has Middaugh. So I think they're playing well. They're playing smart. We watched the game last night, and they know what they're doing. Brewster's playing with a lot, just a ton of confidence, and I think early in the game will show a lot tonight. If he comes out on fire, we'll have a tough time.
Well, here's his draw to the button, and he got part of the lid there to earn his ticket to the final. So you know he brings game, and he certainly is going to be full measure for it. He's had 2 good nights sleep, so he might be ready to go. The jet lag might be over for him. How do you feel your team's curling right now?
Not bad. I think we're making the important shots. I'm not sure all 4 wheels are firmly on the ground, but pretty good. You know, we're making most of the important shots, and that's, I think, pretty big in skins. It's not necessarily you make them all. You have to make the big ones. Walchik made some peaches, missed some easy ones, and then made some dandies, and that's the kind of thing you need in the skins.
Well, you seem really confident and relaxed in your delivery right now, and really liking the ice.
I do, actually. I do. I like the strong finish, and the speed is about right. It's almost the same as the Avenir back home, and so I'm pretty comfortable with the speed of the ice, but it'll be interesting tonight.
You came out on fire last season. Not the same story this time. As we take a look, you've been in 7 events, qualified in 6, and have picked up $44,000. Do you feel you're making that progression? I know that you are planning to play in the Alberta Playdown, so are you making that right progression at the Playdowns and then in turn to the Players' Championship?
I'm not sure if it's the right progression, but I guess we haven't peaked early. So, you know, I don't know. It's just, you generally will peak at some point in the season. I know we haven't yet, so hopefully it's coming.
Congratulations on earning the ticket to the final with the draw. Kevin Martin defeating Jeff Stoughton, 8,800 to 6,200. And with the victory, he will face Tom Brewster in the championship. Brewster of Scotland, Martin of Alberta, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. We'll wrap it up from St. George's in Toronto on Rogers Sportsnet.
Tonight, it's the Rangers versus the Sens at the Corral Center. But it's the presence of one player who captures the spotlight.
Spontaneously, the fans in this building have risen to their feet in salute to the great Gretzky.
Gretzky's last game in Canada is a touching farewell to one of the best of all time.
A great night and a great salute for the great Gretzky.
The NBA on Rogers Sportsnet, your hardwood hookup for all the hoop action you can handle. Just subscribe to Sportsnet's regional channel, Sportsnet East, Sportsnet Ontario, and Sportsnet Pacific, and get over 130 additional NBA games this season. Meaning, you get access to the best games, the biggest stars, and all the drama only NBA basketball can provide. For more info, call your television provider or visit sportsnet.ca. The NBA on Rogers Sportsnet, your home for hoops. You're watching Rogers Sportsnet and the M&M Meat Shop Skins. Brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. Ken Par, the perfect delivery. ING Direct, save your money. JVC, the perfect experience. Planters, the original snack. And by Tim Hortons, wishing you a safe and happy holiday season.
In a Western semifinal that had some of everything, a draw to the button, something caught Stoughton's rock, and it turns into a $4,000 skin and a victory in the semifinal for Kevin Martin. So 8 terrific teams came to Toronto, only 2 remain. Will it be Tom Brewster of Scotland or Kevin Martin of Alberta? You can see the championship final tonight, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time on Rogers Sportsnet. Up next on East and on Ontario, NBA XL in the West and on Pacific, Spengler Cup hockey action. Canada plays Finland in their second game of the Spengler Cup. Well, great action. We'll see you in the final. For Marilyn Bodo and Ed Lukowicz, I'm Rob Foltz. Take care, everybody.